World-Defying Dan God Chapter 5081, Purgatory Blood Pill. Kai Lian was worried that after Shen Zhenyi knew that Chen Shang was being chased and killed, and then prevented the other three queens from going out, Kai Lian and the others could only stay here. Shen Zhenyi didn't let Kai Lian and the others leave Monster Soul Star, mainly because she was worried that they would not come back after they went out. She needs help now, especially powerful women like Kai Lian and Long Shuiyi. If the queen goes out, she will definitely take you with her. Lan Dai said. The essence of purgatory is very important to everyone, so she will definitely not miss this opportunity. We'll keep it a secret for the time being. After we go out, I'll contact Chen Shang again. Kai Lian said. Chen Shang and Guan Shan were together. At this time, Guan Shan was contacting the Shen family and wanted to report their situation to Shen Tianyu, but he couldn't get in touch. They landed on that star before and successfully contacted Kai Lian, but the people from the Temple of Time quickly rushed over, mainly because their movements were too loud, which caused extremely strong spatial fluctuations. If those people don't come, Chen Shang can help Guan Shan to contact Shen Tianyu by the way. At this time, Guan Shan received information from others. The Temple of Time has released a new bounty. Guan Shan said, it even offered us a bounty with a bottle of purgatory essence. Do they know the details about us? Chen Shang asked. If they don't know, they can't be sure who they are going to arrest at all. They really can't be sure, they only know that we have space power or something. Guan Shan smiled and said, it seems that there is nothing to do at the Temple of Time. That's good. Chen Shang thought about the bottle of purgatory essence, and he was still very active, but he could only think about it. The Temple of Time has suffered a loss, and it will definitely not suffer a second loss. We're not afraid of the guys from the Temple of Time. They can't catch up with us. It's mainly the powerhouses of the ancient powers. Guan Shan said. They are very powerful and have a lot of methods. Let's try to avoid them as much as possible. Chen Shang said. Let's first land on a star to hide and take a good rest. It's hard to find them as long as they hide. Tianghu Purgatory is so big and there are so many huge stars, they are hiding in a huge star, it is really difficult to find them. Chen Shang controlled the divine mirror of 6 paths, made a space jump, and headed to a nearby star. Every star here has a strong energy, because the stars here are originally a star field, and they are compressed into a star by strong pressure. Chen Shang and the others landed on the green star. There are trees everywhere, there are only a few huge rivers, and there is no ocean, so it looks green from a distance. Chen Shang and the others randomly found a giant mountain full of trees, and then dug a cave to hide in it. They have been running around during this time, and they are really tired, and they need a good rest. Chen Shang dug a large stone chamber for himself, then entered it and released the 6-path divine mirror. He sat on the 6 paths divine mirror and opened the time domain, because he was going to refine the marrow of purgatory next. I don't know if it will be successful. Chen Shang took out the world-defying divine furnace, and then took out a bottle of purgatory blood. Brother, the marrow of purgatory should be the concentrated blood of purgatory. The pill you make with the blood of purgatory may be better than the marrow of purgatory. Sister Xiaojing smiled. If the marrow of purgatory in the Temple of Time is in your hands, if you make it into a pill, the effect will be even better. Chen Shang also wanted to get some purgatory essence to have a look, but it was difficult. During the refining process, you also need to absorb the power of this star. Chen Shang said. At that time, there will be a lot of movement. I'd better go into the underground of the stars and refine it. Chen Shang closed his eyes, then released Tianxuan's spatial divine power, cooperated with his own divine consciousness, and penetrated deep into the ground. This star is very huge, so the ground is very deep. That's it. Chen Shang penetrated through his divine sense, saw the very hot thick pulp, and then controlled the 6-path divine mirror to jump in space, jumping directly into the depths. While jumping over, the divine mirror of 6 paths also released a protective cover to resist the hot fiery red thick slurry outside. The energy here is very abundant. Chen Shang said with a smile. Even if I use the energy to concoct pills, I won't have any consumption on this star. Such a huge star, if it loses a little bit of energy, it will soon be replenished. Chen Shang poured a large bottle of purgatory blood into the world-defying divine furnace, and then began to concoct pills. He used the technique of heaven alchemy to mobilize the energy outside, and also cooperated with the 6 paths divine mirror, and then injected it into the world-defying divine furnace. When the blood of purgatory condenses into a pill, it will indeed gather a lot of divine power. It's just a bottle, it can't be condensed into pills. After Chen Shang pressed and refined, the blood of purgatory turned into a small cloud of mist, which looked very thin and could not be condensed into pills. Then he continued to pour in the blood of purgatory, pouring a total of 50 large bottles. After years of refining, a thicker liquid appeared. You know, Chen Shang has been practicing in the time domain for decades. This level should be able to condense pills. The blood of purgatory at this moment has also become golden. It was a little red before, but now it is completely golden. Chen Shang also used the energy of this star to make the blood of purgatory absorb a lot of energy to strengthen itself during the refining process. If he releases energy, it must consume a lot of energy, and the stars inside the six paths divine mirror will be greatly consumed. Finally about to condense the pill. Purgatory blood pill. It looks incredible. Chen Shang has entered the stage of condensing pills. Fortunately, there is a world-defying divine furnace. If he wants to use the magic furnace, or other pill furnaces, it will definitely be difficult to condense the pills. Because now it needs super pressure to press the viscous liquid into a pill. Eternal flame, isn't it enough? Chen Shang has also released his strongest flame to the extreme now, but he is still unable to completely burn the viscous purgatory blood. It seems that only Tianxuan's divine power can be added. Chen Shang let Tianxuan's fate and Hengyun's fate cooperate to release Tianxuan's eternal fire. Under the burning of this divine fire, the six paths divine mirror cooperates with the world-defying divine furnace to release the super pressure, so that the blood pressure of the purgatory can be turned into a pill, and finally condensed into a crystal-like pill. This took another decades. It's finally done. Chen Shang looked at the pills inside the pill furnace and took a deep breath. Before and after, it took more than 100 years in total, and only 10 days have passed outside. Brother, eat it now. Sister Xiaojing said, I don't know if one pill can help you cultivate a purgatory body. It's not realistic to just eat one pill, isn't it? Chen Shang glanced at the pill, then ate it and began to practice. After eating the refining, the purgatory blood pill burst out with a very terrifying blood energy, which was about to burst Chen Zhang's body in an instant. World-defying Dan God Chapter 5082, Blood Fate. Good results. Chen Shang could sense that his body was rapidly getting stronger, and he was also greedily absorbing that blood energy. In just a few short moments, he had a feeling of being reborn. Although there was a tearing pain in his body, this was a good thing, indicating that his body was being tempered. Sister Mirror, remove the defense of the six paths divine mirror. Chen Shang said, I want to train and smash my body in the center of this star. Okay, if you can't handle it, don't resist. Sister Xiaojing urged, then remove the protective cover. Suddenly, the incomparable scorching heat enveloped Chen Shang. Chen Shang closed his eyes, his whole body was wrapped in incomparably hot thick paste, his body was scorching hot. He silently runs the heavenly refinement technique to temper his body. Guan Shan and the others were in the cave, resting for several days, and then knocked on the door of Chen Zhang's stone chamber, but they didn't get a response. Chen Shang is no longer in the stone room, they don't know, they are just a little worried about Chen Shang. Brother Guan, why is he still not well? Will something go wrong? Shall we break in and see? A middle-aged man was also very worried. It shouldn't be, doesn't the sun have a lot of purgatory blood in his hand? He should be practicing, let's not disturb him, Guan Shan said. Let's all go back to the room and wait for the sun to come out. Guan Shan and the others can only continue to stay in the cave, they dare not go out, they are worried that after going out, they will be found by the Temple of Time, and they will implicate Chen Shang. Unfortunately, many people have already descended on this star. Guan Shan and the others didn't know about this, and they didn't know why so many people suddenly came to this star. It was only suddenly that they noticed that there was a wave of space fluctuations, and they released their divine senses to investigate the situation outside the stars. No, the stars are blocked. Guan Shan frowned and said, such a large ceiling barrier should be arranged by many powerful forces. At this moment, Guan Shan's communication talisman shook. It's news from the owner. Guan Shan said in surprise, and then contacted Shen Tianyu. Patriarch, I'm Guan Shan. Old Guan, where are you? Did you know that there is a star that may condense a purgatory blood pill inside? Shen Tianyu said excitedly, that star released a strong pill. But it disappeared soon. After multiple confirmations, that is the purgatory blood pill. What, purgatory blood pill is on a star? Guan Shan was also very shocked. Yes, I've quietly rushed over. The Tiangu purgatory also stopped expanding. What a coincidence. Just stopped expanding, but the purgatory blood pill appeared. Shen Tianyu laughed and said, I'll find you right away. Wait, is that star blocked? Guanshan took a deep breath and asked in surprise. Of course. No matter what, the stars that can produce purgatory blood pills are not ordinary stars. They must be sealed and then studied carefully. Even if you can't find purgatory blood pills, you can at least find some through that star. What? Shen Tianyu said. Patriarch, we are waiting for you. We are on that star. Guanshan said, by the way, Patriarch, I met the son of our Shen family. His name is Chen Shang, right? What? This dead boy actually came to the Tiangu purgatory. He is with you. Wait, what is he doing now? Call him to talk to me. Shen Tianyu suddenly thought of something and shouted, by the way, has the star you are in been blocked before? No, it wasn't blocked before. After we rested for a few days, we suddenly sensed that we were blocked by a strong force. The sun seems to be in seclusion. We knocked on his door, but he didn't respond. Guanshan said, he has been in retreat for 12 days. I heard that the Temple of Time has recently gone crazy and is offering a bounty to a group of people. The Temple of Time was tricked by a group of people to steal hundreds of bottles of purgatory blood. Do you know about this? Shen Tianyu immediately thought of something. That group of people is us. The sun took us to do it. Guanshan said, Patriarch, because I couldn't contact you at the time, I didn't report it to you immediately. I understand. You stay where you are. I know what happened to the purgatory blood pill. Shen Tianyu said. 100 bottles of purgatory blood fell into Chen Zhang's hands, and Shen Tianyu was very aware of his son's superb alchemy skills. So he was very sure that the purgatory blood pill was created by Chen Shang. He guessed that Chen Shang had already eaten the purgatory blood pill, but he still didn't know how the star was surrounded. Guanshan also seemed to have guessed something from Shen Tianyu's reaction. The purgatory blood pill was created by Chen Shang. Guanshan's heart trembled. He didn't know that Chen Shang was an alchemist, but he thought it was possible. It's lively now. Guanshan took a deep breath. Kalian, Bai Junjun, Long Shuiyi, and Bai Xing, they followed the Queen of Demon Souls, Shen Zheni, on a big boat and were flying to the star where Shen Shang was. During this period, Kalian kept contacting Chen Shang, but couldn't get in touch. Kalian and the others had already learned that the purgatory blood pill appeared on that star, so Shen Zheni rushed over immediately, because the other 3 demon queens were also on their way. Kalian suspected that the purgatory blood pill was refined by Chen Shang. She was also very clear about Chen Zhang's alchemy technique. In addition, Chen Shang had a lot of purgatory blood in his hands, so in all likelihood, Chen Shang was concocting pills. Is the purgatory blood pill useful? Kalian asked. It's better than the marrow of purgatory. After eating one, you can cultivate the body of purgatory. This kind of pill cannot be refined, and generally relies on stars to absorb a lot of purgatory blood, and then requires a very complex environment, and various coincidence can condense a purgatory blood pill. Shen Zheni said. Shen Zheni covered her face with a veil, wearing black armor, standing in front of the big ship, looking at the green star in the distance. In that case, that star will definitely be very lively. Kai Lian thought that the purgatory blood pill should have been eaten by Chen Shang, so the fluctuation suddenly disappeared. No matter what, it's not wrong to go to that star to see it. For the stars that can condense purgatory blood pills, we will try to occupy a piece of territory on it and study it. Shen Zheni said. Chen Shang is still cultivating in the area where the star is close to the center. Fortunately, he is in this place, otherwise he will definitely be found. He ate the purgatory blood pill, refining most of the energy, and the breath was also absorbed by the scorching thick slurry and did not radiate out, so no one would find this place. Chen Zhang's refining is almost done, now he can't feel the heat, and his body doesn't know how many times stronger. Fate form. I unknowingly cultivated another fate form. Chen Shang looked into the depths of his soul and found a golden red fate form, as this new fate form related to the blood of purgatory. World Defying Dan God Chapter 5083, Mystic Protoss. Chen Shang originally planned to cultivate his body, but he did not expect to cultivate not only a purgatory body but also a mysterious destiny. What kind of abilities does this destiny have? Chen Shang secretly tried it, and found that his body could release a force, and then activated the surrounding gravity. Also, through this fate, he can condense the blood of purgatory. You can also sense where the blood of purgatory is through life. It turns out that it has such an effect, which is very good. I no longer worry about the problem of gravity in the ancient purgatory. Chen Shang was very happy. He closed his eyes, sensed the mountain where Xiaoguan Mountain and the others were, and then made a space jump to return to his stone room. After returning, he opened the door to go out, and saw Guan Shan and the others waiting outside. Elder Guan, why are you all here? Don't you rest? Chen Shang was a little surprised and asked. Young master, it's been more than 10 days, we have already rested. Guan Shan laughed. I contacted the patriarch before, and he is coming. I wanted to tell you about you immediately, but you seem to be in seclusion. I was in retreat before. Dad is coming. That's great, Chen Shang said with a smile. Tianggu Purgatory stops expanding before he can contact me. Guan Shan said. Young master, something big has happened. The Temple of Time and many ancient forces have already descended on this star. What? How did they know we were here? Chen Shang said in surprise. He is not afraid now, because he has now cultivated the body of purgatory and a blood life, and his strength has improved a lot. They didn't find us, but came for the purgatory blood pill. A purgatory blood pill appeared in this star, and there was a lot of movement, so they came over. Guan Shan asked in a low voice, Master, did you sense any movement? Chen Shang didn't sense it. He was also shocked. He did refine a purgatory blood pill, but he didn't notice any movement. I didn't sense anything, Chen Shang said. Let's wait until the master arrives. He should be here soon, we will wait for him here. After Guan Shan reported the situation, he returned to his stone room. Chen Shang immediately took out the communication talisman and tried to contact Kalian, but he actually got in touch. Leonor, where are you? Are you in the Demon Soul Girl country? Chen Shang asked. No, we went out to find you. Kalian said. Originally, the 4 queens of demon souls were going to catch you. I didn't expect to pass a star, where a purgatory blood pill appeared, and then stopped on that star. Quote. Chen Shang is on this star. Ah, why are they arresting me? Chen Shang was taken aback and was stared at by the 4 demon queens. This was no joke. The Temple of Time used a large bottle of purgatory essence to offer a reward to those who pitted them. Kalian said, that person is you, right? Also, what happened to purgatory blood pill? I did refine a purgatory blood pill recently. There wasn't such a big movement at that time. When I refined it, it was very calm. Chen Shang frowned and said, it shouldn't be the pill I refined, right? Quote. Tell me about the situation. Kalian didn't quite understand it either, and said, logically speaking, you shouldn't be unaware of how big the movement is. Guan Shan also said before that the movement was so big that it was felt in many places in Tianggu Purgatory. Could it be that because I'm on this star, I can't sense it? Chen Shang told Kalian about his pill refining process. After Kalian listened, she pondered for a moment. Little villain, I think there is a possibility. When you entered the interior of the stars, the consciousness of the stars was looking at you. Kalian said, a star so big must be conscious, right? It really should be. The quality of this star is comparable to that of a heavenly jade star territory. Chen Shang estimated before. That is to say, when you are alchemy, Xingchen is also learning your alchemy. Make a bigger purgatory blood pill. Kalian said. This kind of celestial body has a strong learning ability and can use a lot of resources, that is to say, something has really happened inside this star. Chen Shang thought of Tianxuan Yuling, and he really learned a lot from him. It seems that this star is still relatively dangerous. This kind of cunning star spirit must be carefully guarded. The place where Chen Shang made pills before was not the most central area of the stars. If it is in the central area, where the pressure is higher and the temperature is higher, maybe the Protoss has forged something there. Your cultivation method and your alchemy technique are very clever. The stars here have never been touched before. If you are spied on by them, you can quickly learn to master them. Kalian said. Leonor, hurry up and stay away from this star. Chen Shang said. I'm ready to run away too. I feel quite evil. Aren't you going to see what happened to this star? Kai Lian was curious. I don't want to, Chen Shang said. Most of the guys here want to arrest me. Junny, the Queen of Demon Souls, shouldn't know that the person she wants to arrest is me, right? She really doesn't know. I'm going to discuss it with you to see how to deceive the large bottle of purgatory essence in the Temple of Time. Kalian said. Do you think it's a mess? If it was before, Kalian would never have had this kind of thought, But after being with Chen Shang, she also had this kind of thought. Well, you can try it. Chen Shang thought of this kind of exciting thing, and suddenly didn't want to leave. If he could deceive a large bottle of purgatory essence from the Temple of Time, he would definitely make money, and he would still be angry with the elder of the Temple of God of War in the Temple of Time. That's okay, let's discuss it. It's best to do it as soon as possible. I'm afraid that there will be some problem with this star, and then the Temple of Time will run away. Chen Shang also wanted to see what that purgatory essence was like, and how it would be used for alchemy. Before they had time to discuss, the earth trembled violently, and then the space also fluctuated greatly, causing Chen Shang and Kalian to cut off contact. Master, son, let's leave quickly. Guan Shan shouted outside. Walk. Chen Shang and Guan Shan immediately flew out of the cave, and when they got outside, they found that the entire star was shrouded in a thick black fog, turning pitch dark. The earth shook violently, and many cracks appeared. They blocked this star before, what happened now? The space seems to be blocked. Guan Shan said. It's this star that blocks itself. Chen Shang frowned and said, trouble. He sensed the crisis before, so he wanted to run away. According to his understanding of this kind of star spirit, after the stars are disturbed by a large number of people, they usually take action to punish those who come. World Defying Dan God Chapter 5084, Star Cataclysm. There shouldn't be anything wrong, right? Guan Shan had no such experience and said, maybe this star is just protecting itself, so it is blocked and no one is allowed to approach it. Chen Shang has a very good understanding of the intelligence of this celestial body, it is definitely not as simple as self-protection. Major event. Chen Shang shook his head and said, the spirit of the stars responds to more and more people entering the stars, and then it starts to block it. It means to start eradicating these people. This kind of star spirit, how powerful can the stars be mobilized? Guan Shan's expression changed. The energy contained in the stars is very large, which means that the spirit of the stars is also very strong. Guan Shan has no specific concept of this, but only knows that it is very strong. If the spirit of the stars is willing, they can even blow up this star, and then everyone will be finished. Chen Shang said, it's all those guys, they come to this star, so what are they doing with the seal? Maybe they will get it. Make a big noise. It's very likely that they were digging everywhere, or doing a lot of damage, so they angered the spirit of the stars. Guan Shan said. This star is too big. Chen Shang does not know what the big forces that descended on the star did. Anyway, the spirit of the star is very angry now, so he will take revenge on the humans who descended on the star. If the spirit of the stars is willing, it can even create a terrifying disaster, and then make the stars fall into a catastrophe, which is equivalent to destroying the world. And the human beings and all kinds of creatures who enter the stars are trapped in the closed space of the stars, and there will be countless casualties. Young master, have you experienced such a thing? Guan Shan saw Chen Shang, who seemed to be very experienced, and asked, how does the power of the stars usually retaliate? I haven't experienced it, but I have encountered similar things. And I also have a certain understanding of the intelligence of these celestial bodies. Chen Shang said. This star is originally a huge star field, which means that the spirit of the stars itself is very creative. For example, Tianquan domain spirit, you can create some creatures now. This star is also very ancient, and it must have the ability in this regard. Master, what do you think will happen? Guan Shan asked. Chen Shang was suspended in the sky, looking at the cracks in the ground, frowning. If this star spirit is naughty, maybe it will create some powerful things, and then use it to hunt us down. There were many bottomless huge cracks in the earth, and now the earth has stopped shaking. It's just that the space of the stars is sealed. If the spirit of the stars really wants to kill them, a catastrophe can break out at any time, and there are only a few people who can survive then. What could it be? Guan Shan was already beginning to be afraid, because the huge cracks below were pitch black, which was really scary. I don't know. Chen Shang shook his head and said, we'd better hide first. He controlled the 6 paths divine mirror to fly in the air, looking for an area without fissures. Because the space was banned, Chen Shang would not be able to contact Kalian in a short time unless he used the 6 paths divine mirror in the Immortal War Profound Demon Pagoda. If you are afraid to use it, because the movement is too big, you will be stared at by the spirit of the stars. Brother, Leonor is not very far from you, you are all on this star, maybe you don't need the 6 paths divine mirror, you can also contact her. Sister Xiaojing said, try the divine power of Tianquan. It is good. Chen Shang took out the communication talisman, and then injected it into the Caitian Jade Space Divine Power. In this way, the spatial fluctuations transmitted by the communication talisman passed through the Tianjian Space Divine Power, and it would become very stable and have a strong penetrating power. It didn't take long for Chen Shang to contact Kalian. Leonor, what's the situation on your side? Have you encountered any danger? Chen Shang hurriedly asked. It's okay for now. We're all flying into the air now. Kalian said, are you okay over there? That's good. I'm flying in the air too. Chen Shang was relieved and said, it should be the spirit of the stars who is angry, punishing those who destroy this star. After you came to this star, you didn't do anything, right? Of course we don't, but I heard from Junny that there are many powerful people who will destroy the stars after they come to the stars. Kalian said, there are some big forces, a group of strong people work together to blast a huge hole, to bombard the core of the stars. What? They are all doing this kind of thing? Chen Shang was extremely shocked. Yeah, there are at least 100 large and small families or sects coming to this star, and these guys are doing all kinds of damage. Kalian was also very helpless, saying, now everyone is trapped here. It's gone. If Chen Shang wants to run, he can still leave, but the elder of the god of war in the Temple of Time is also there, so he can hope to ***** the essence of purgatory from the other party. Little bastard, let's not go to the Temple of Time for the time being, and wait until the situation stabilizes. We don't know what will happen next. Kalian said. Because of this unexpected situation, the 4 queens of them will temporarily let's unite and get through this difficult time. Okay, I'll find you as soon as possible. Chen Shang also wanted to meet Shen Junny as soon as possible, and then find a way to make a big deal with them. The 6 Paths mirror is flying in the air at high speed. The stars were originally green, but now the trees have turned red, emitting red light. Seeing this scene, Chen Shang was secretly fearful. This shows that the spirit of the stars has extremely high control over the entire star, so it can quickly transform the trees on the star. Chen Shang wanted to look for areas without earth fissures, but he couldn't find them. These earth fissures suddenly appeared, and then spread all over the entire stars, and they could be seen everywhere when flying at high altitude. The earth fissure was originally black, but now it emits a fiery red light. It's the earth core fire slurry. Chen Shang frowned and said, this kind of thing is terrible. The temperature of the earth core fire slurry of this star is extremely high. Chen Shang was shocked that these earth core fire slurry that suddenly appeared was even more terrifying than what he had seen before, and the temperature was much higher. Could it be that this star has also broken through the realm after me? So the earth core fire has become stronger. Chen Shang was secretly surprised. What happened to this star? Does it have anything to do with him refining the purgatory blood pill? Look, it seems that someone climbed out of the lava river. Guan Shan shouted. Chen Shang also saw it, and then he controlled the divine mirror of 6 paths to fly in, and he sensed a very familiar aura. This is Vajra Fireman. Chen Shang was shocked. In the Shenzhen Xuanmo Tower, he drilled deep into the ground through a volcano before, and he encountered a group of Vajra firemen living in the Earth's core fire. He just feels the same breath now, and he can't be sure that it is the Vajra fireman. World Defying Dan God Chapter 5085, Group of Monsters Dispatched. Chen Shang controlled the divine mirror of 6 paths to fly in, and he could clearly see those people. It's really Vajra fireman. The person Chen Shang saw was all golden all over his body, teeth, eyeballs, hair and so on were all golden. It's Vajra fireman. Sister Xiaojing is also very sure, surprised. Brother, they are stronger than the Vajra firemen we met before. Could it be that the Vajra firemen of the Shenzhen Xuanmo Tower were not naturally derived? They came from the ancient purgatory. Chen Shang was shocked. The Vajra fireman below was indeed much stronger than what Chen Shang had encountered before. If the environment inside the Tianghu purgatory stars is not strong enough, it is indeed difficult to survive and reproduce. Therefore, it is naturally stronger than the Vajra fireman in the Shenzhen Xuanmo Tower. But the strange thing is, why does this star suddenly appear Vajra fireman now? Have you had it before? Chen Shang also went deep into the ground to concoct pills before, why didn't he find it? Or is it that the Vajra fire people are concentrated in a certain area? A large number of Vajra firemen appeared, and many of them were huge warriors. Among the Vajra fire warriors that Chen Shang met before, there was a man named Dagong, who was very strong. After the Vajra fireman climbed out of the Earth's core fire slurry, he ran wildly, rushed in one direction, and some even flew in the air. These weirdos are very strong. Guanshan was shocked. What the asterisk is this? There are so many, and they are all so scary. I have met before, the name is Vajra Fire Man, but it's not that strong. The Vajra Fire Man here was born and raised in the deep underground environment, and his body must have undergone all kinds of cruel tempering, so it is very scary. Quote, Chen Shang had already controlled the divine mirror of 6 paths to hide, and then he went to contact Kalian. They also saw these Vajra firemen, they can only hide temporarily, and did not take the initiative to find the Vajra firemen. In a word, Chen Shang is trying to persuade them not to fight with the Vajra firemen, because these things are very powerful, and there are still so many. I don't know what kind of abilities they have now. If they are entangled, it will be troublesome. Little villain, there is more than one kind of thing that suddenly appeared. Kalian urged. We found another kind of thing here, it's pitch black, hidden in the thick black fog in the air, you have to be careful. The deep space of Tiangu Purgatory is fiery red, and the stars here are not dark at night. There is something dangerous hidden in the thick fog. If Kalian didn't say anything, Chen Shang really wouldn't pay attention. It should be that with the release of the thick black fog, those things were also released. Kalian urged, pay attention. Understood. Chen Shang put away the communication talisman, and immediately controlled the divine mirror of 6 paths to fly lower, trying not to enter the thick black fog. Then he also told Guanshan the news. After Guanshan heard it, he was even more frightened. There are some kind of people in the underground who don't say anything, but there are ghost-like things hidden in the black fog in the air. I don't know how the patriarch is now. Has he come? I hope he doesn't come. Guanshan was very worried, then took out the communication talisman, shook his head and said, I can't contact him. Give it to me. Chen Shang took the communication talisman and injected the divine power of Tianxuan into the space, and he quickly responded. Father, where are you? Chen Shang said. Don't enter that star. Hurry up and escape. I've entered that star. Damn, there are a lot of things I don't know, it's very powerful. I'm leading my troops to resist the retreat. Quote. What? When did you come? Chen Shang asked again. A few hours ago, Shen Tianyu said. Xiaoshang, are you okay now? What happened to this star? I contacted Mr. Guan before, but I couldn't get in touch. What was this star like when you came? Chen Shang asked. It emits a strong golden light, like a treasure was born. Shen Tianyu said. Xiaoshang, are you all right? I'm fine, I'm with Guan Lao, I'll find you as soon as possible. Chen Shang said. Dad, you all descend as soon as possible, don't land on the ground. Because there are some terrible things on the ground. I see, I'll escape with the fire first. Shen Tianyu said. Chen Shang did not expect this star to emit a strong golden light before it. That's why a lot of people come in. What happened to this star? Cultivation of the purgatory blood pill, so the vision occurred. Or did the stars deliberately generate visions and then attract people to kill them? Chen Shang can only make all kinds of guesses now, unless he communicates with the spirit of the stars. He has also tried, and it is not successful. Dad, they encountered some trouble, but the situation is not bad. Chen Shang said. They can get out of trouble. Is it something in the thick fog? Guanshan looked up at the thick fog in the sky, and couldn't help being secretly startled. Yes. Chen Zhang's face was solemn, looking at the dense fog in the sky. He thought that those things were more terrifying than the Vajra Fire Man. Chen Shang contacted Kalian and asked about her situation. We have encountered a new thing again. Kalian said. It looks like a big snake, with a black body, highly poisonous, mainly flying in the air, very flexible and fast, you should pay attention. This star seems to have a lot of things popping up all at once. This is really incredible. Why is this happening? Could it be that those powerful Vajra firemen and the monsters in the black fog were suddenly created? Something is coming. Chen Shang suddenly sensed that there was an extremely strong consciousness locked on them. Boom! Suddenly there is a powerful force in the air. Chen Shang could see clearly just now that it was not some monster that attacked them, but a single person, with both fists hitting the shield of the divine mirror of 6 paths at the same time. And that person was a middle-aged man, and his fist slammed out, literally slamming the 6 paths divine mirror from the sky into the ground. Sister Jing, Chen Shang shouted with his divine sense, stop. The divine mirror of 6 paths released strong energy and spewed out, only to stop the divine mirror of 6 paths. If it was hit by the extremely strong impact force, it would definitely fall into the Earth's core fire slurry below. Here we go again. Sister Xiaojing immediately controlled the teleportation of the Six Paths Divine Mirror. If she was bombarded a few more times, the shield of the Six Paths Divine Mirror would be difficult to support. The other party fluttered in the air, and seemed to be a little angry, and then let out a roar, and a large number of people who flew out of the thick black fog rushed directly to the Six Paths Divine Mirror. Want to do it again? Don't be delusional. Chen Shang didn't make any attempt to counterattack, just jumped in space to avoid them, so that they would not be trapped. After all, there were too many opponents, and they didn't know these people. World Defying Dan God Chapter 5086, Tianggu Star Clan. There are too many of them, let's avoid them for the time being. Guan Shan didn't want to fight that mysterious group of people either. There is a group of such powerful human beings in the sky, and there are also Vajra firemen below. This star is full of danger. I don't know what happened to the group of guys in the Temple of Time. They were all killed by them. A middle-aged scolded. When they came to this star, they destroyed it indiscriminately, and now they have angered the spirit of the star. Quote, not only the Temple of Time, but also many ancient and powerful forces. When they land on this star, they will destroy all kinds of things. Chen Shang said, he had already controlled the Six Paths Divine Mirror to stay away. He just wants to go somewhere safe now. Chen Shang would contact Shen Tianyu and Kai Lian from time to time, and he couldn't determine their location now, and Kai Lian and Shen Tianyu were also hiding everywhere, avoiding all kinds of pursuit. According to Chen Zhang's summary, many beasts and humans appeared in this star, all of them suddenly appeared, and they were very powerful. And Chen Shang thought that there might be a space inside this star, but now for some reason, all these creatures have escaped from that space. The stars are so big, if there is a space hidden in the center of the stars, it is normal, and the energy inside that space is very abundant, so many powerful creatures can grow. Shen Tianyu and Kalian are all avoiding them now, so Chen Shang can only temporarily give up joining them, because Chen Shang has also encountered many powerful human races one after another, and they have to avoid. Young master, if this star's thing runs out, it is also an extremely powerful force in the ancient purgatory. Guan Shan said. According to the information I have, many of those ancient great forces are contacting their high-level officials, and will send more people to this star. Chen Shang said. At that time, we will be able to see how many ancient great forces really have. Powerful. Doesn't it mean that this star will soon break out into a fierce battle? What will this place become? Guan Shan exclaimed. Why did this star suddenly become like this? Chen Shang thought that it had something to do with him. Maybe it was because the spirit of the stars learned his alchemy technique, and then he came up with something to let the spirit of the stars touch a certain seal, and then released a large group of people trapped in that space. People. Chen Shang couldn't get in touch with the spirit of the stars, he can only guess now. If there is such a situation inside every star in Tianggu Purgatory, what would happen? Chen Shang suddenly thought of such a possibility. Ah, the ancient purgatory will be very chaotic that day. After Guan Shan finished speaking, he shook his head and said, not necessarily, because the ancient purgatory is now very large, and the distance between the stars is very far, and it is not so much to want to do things easy. In the next few days, Chen Shang flew around with Guan Shan and the others, avoiding all kinds of beasts and humans that attacked them. What a coincidence, he actually met Shen Tianyu. Shen Tianyu brought hundreds of strong people from the Shen family, and they were still very strong as a whole. Finally seeing their father again, Chen Shang and Shen Tianyu patted each other on the shoulders and greeted each other with a smile. Guan Shan and others were also very excited when they saw Shen Tianyu and others. Dad, I'm going to find out what's going on with this star. Chen Shang said. I'll act on my own, we'll keep in touch. You'd better not conflict with this star's clan, you can't beat them, there are too many of them. I know, but this place is very strange, you must find out the reason. Shen Tianyu said. You also have to be careful. Chen Shang and Shen Tianyu didn't meet for a long time before they parted, because they couldn't stay for too long. This star was full of highly aggressive humans and beasts. Leonor, are you guys okay? Chen Shang asked. It's alright, everyone is the same now, they are all hiding in Tibet, and then wait for reinforcements to come, and then fight a way out. Kalian said. The 4 queens of demons are already contacting the strong men of the country of demons. Come. It's best not to act rashly. Chen Shang said. Let's avoid it first. When I get to know the situation, I'm going to enter the interior of the stars to investigate the situation. I'll try my best to convince those queens. Kai Lian still believed in Chen Shang. The reason why Chen Shang told them must have Chen Zhang's reasons. Okay, if I find anything, I will contact you immediately. Chen Shang put away the communication talisman, and then controlled the divine mirror of 6 paths to become invisible, and it became much smaller. The divine mirror of 6 paths released a shield, and took Chen Shang to drill into the fire slurry in those cracks, and jumped in space, and kept drilling down. Brother, the Vajra fire man came out of the ground. But are those people in the thick fog? There are still many monsters, and where did they come from? Sister Xiaojing said. On the ground of the stars, it should be there are still many space passages. Could it be that there is a large space in the center of the stars, and then that space is connected to the ground? Chen Shang said. It's very likely that this is the case. The space power of this star is already very strong, and there is indeed a strong space interference. Sister Xiaojing said. If Chen Shang hadn't used Tianxuan's space divine power, he wouldn't be able to carry out space communication at all. Let's go to the center of the stars first. Chen Shang controlled the 6 paths divine mirror and kept moving, approaching the center. A few days passed, and he finally came to the center of the stars. There really is a lot of space here. There is actually a large empty space in the center of the stars. There should be a core here, but now there is nothing. Chen Shang came to the center of the stars and found nothing. He guessed before that there is at least one entrance to the space channel. Boom! A violent thunder and lightning suddenly appeared and hit Chen Shang. The protective cover of the divine mirror of 6 paths was instantly penetrated, and Chen Shang was also hit by that mad thunder. What shocked Chen Shang was that at least he felt his body was numb, and he didn't feel any pain. You must know that the power contained in that thunder and lightning is very powerful, and the protective cover of the 6 divine mirrors was instantly shattered. You have cultivated the body of purgatory. Suddenly there was a voice that sounded like the voice of an old man. You are the spirit of the stars? Chen Shang asked, secretly pleasantly surprised, and finally it didn't come in vain. Exactly, said the spirit of the stars, why don't you leave? With your ability, you can easily leave this star. What are you trying to do by staying here? I just want to figure out what happened here. Chen Shang said. Our Tianghu star clan has been suppressed and sealed for too long, and we have begun to resist. The spirit of the stars said, I hope you don't get involved. Do you like this site? Donate here. World Defying Dan God Chapter 5087, Star Alchemy. Tianghu Star Clan. Chen Shang was very shocked that there was actually such a group. It sounds like it is the ethnic group of this ancient purgatory. Are you humans from the heavenly ancient purgatory? You were born in the heavenly ancient purgatory? Chen Shang asked. We are the creatures of the ancient time and space. Not limited to humans, there are all kinds of beasts and monsters. The spirit of the stars said, but we were suppressed and sealed in this ancient purgatory. Did the Temple of Time do it? Chen Shang asked. We don't know who did it, we only know that we have been sealed for many years, and now we finally have a chance to find the gap. Said the spirit of the stars. Wait, you are also from the heavenly ancient star clan. Chen Shang wanted to understand what happened to this star spirit. Yes, I am the spirit of the stars, and I am also considered to be the Tianghu star clan. The spirit of the stars said, most of the stars here are in the same situation as me, only those later on are not. That is to say, you were once in the ancient time and space, and then together with a large number of creatures were sealed up and sent to the ancient purgatory. Chen Shang can roughly guess what the situation is, such as a large star field, suddenly compressed into a star, and then into the ancient purgatory. Both the World Proud Temple and the 100 Flowers Temple have experienced it before, but the star field of the 100 Flowers Temple has not been sealed, and they can still come out and walk around. Yes, because of you, we were able to break the seal. The power of the stars said, the Tianghu star clan that rushed out is no longer under control, so I don't want you to conflict with them, try to avoid them, it is good. What the **** did I do? I don't seem to have helped you anything, right? Why did you unblock it? Chen Shang was very puzzled. Because you have made a purgatory blood pill. The power of the stars said, I have been learning and comprehend your alchemy technique, although I have not fully mastered your alchemy technique, but it has made me comprehend that I can use the power of the stars, make a big purgatory blood pill, and then blast the seal. What? Chen Shang was very shocked. The perception of the power of the stars is too strong, he can comprehend something. Do you know how the blood of purgatory came? Asked the spirit of the stars. I don't know. Just after Chen Shang finished speaking, he suddenly thought of something, and exclaimed, could it be, from the Tianghu star clan? Not bad. The Tianghu star clan is sealed in the space inside the stars, and the living environment is very bad. In order to rush out, a large number of Tianghu star clan often try to break through the space, but in the end they are trapped in the space turbulence. Ling said. Chen Shang now understands that the blood of purgatory is actually blood. The spirit of the stars continued. There are a large number of Tianghu star clan in the turbulent space at every moment, and then they are swept away and squeezed, and they are made into purgatory blood by the power of space. This is all made by nature. Chen Shang now has a powerful body of purgatory, and he also understands what the blood of purgatory is about. It turns out that it is blood that has been tempered by time and space. The number of the Tianghu star clan is very large, and most of the stars in the Tianghu purgatory are sealed with the Tianghu star clan. He thought of the Vajra fire man in the Shenzhen Xuanmo Tower, which has evolved from a variety of creatures, most likely from the Tianghu star clan, or from the Tianghu star clan for several generations. Who was the Tianghu star clan sealed by? Is it the Temple of Time? Chen Shang didn't think that the Temple of Time had such strength. He has contacted the people of the Temple of Time. They can indeed control a very powerful time force, but they are not powerful enough to seal so many stars, right? However, apart from the Temple of Time, no other force has such a motive. At least Tianghu time and space is now under the control of the Temple of Time, but it was just messed up by them. The Tianghu star clan does not know who is sealed, so they have no revenge. Chen Shang believes that it must have a lot to do with the Temple of Time, because in the ancient purgatory, the guys in the Temple of Time have a lot of blood and marrow of purgatory, and it can be seen that they should know a lot of inside information. This star has been sealed, and I want to leave too. I don't want to conflict with the Tianghu star clan, but I'm trapped now. Chen Shang said. It's not my seal, it's just because the seal inside the star was blasted open by me, and then another layer of seal was opened to seal the entire space of the star. The spirit of the star said, the Tianghu star clan will be united. Work together to break that seal. Ah, that seal seems to be very strong, can't you blow it open? Chen Shang asked. With your star power, it can be easily opened, right? No, in the ancient purgatory, there is a powerful Tao law that suppresses the power of the stars. If I release the power, it will be absorbed and swallowed up by the ancient purgatory, without any effect. Said the spirit of the stars. Its power can only be released inside the stars, not outside. Chen Shang has a way, because he can use the power of the Six Paths Divine Mirror and the Immortal War Profound Demon Pagoda to blast away the outer seal, it just takes some time. It will take a lot of time for the Tianghu star clan to break the seal outside. Moreover, the sacrifice is huge. Chen Shang said. At most, it's only hundreds or thousands of years. Sacrifice or something, the Tianghu star clan is never afraid. Said the spirit of the stars. Over the years, the Tianghu star clan has died, and as for the time, they have been sealed for hundreds of millions of years, not less than hundreds or thousands of years. Chen Shang can't wait that long, he just wants to get out quickly, because being trapped in this star, it is impossible not to conflict with the Tianghu star clan, and he has to face all kinds of powerful ancient forces. I have a way, Chen Shang said. It's just that I need help, create a good environment for me to carry out. What are you going to do? Star Spirit asked. When I go to the ground, I need to occupy a large area. During this period, no one is allowed to disturb me. Chen Shang said. The spirit of the stars, didn't you use a very powerful lightning to strike me before? This kind of power can go to the surface, right? Can. The spirit of the stars also hopes that the seal can be opened quickly, lest there will be some kind of force to suppress them after it drags on for too long. After Chen Shang and the spirit of the stars agreed, he immediately made a space jump to the ground, and then released the Six Paths Divine Mirror and the Immortal War Profound Demon Pagoda. The Divine Mirror of Six Paths has become very huge. After it is released, it is still expanding. If you look at it from a high altitude, you can see a large number of rivers full of fire pulp passing through the Divine Mirror of Six Paths. The Immortal War Mysterious Demon Pagoda is placed in the middle of the Six Paths Divine Mirror, and it keeps getting bigger. The movement here is very huge, a large number of Tianghu star clan have seen it, but they did not approach, because they sensed the power of the spirit of the stars shrouded. Chen Shang also took the opportunity to contact Shen Tianyu and Kalian, tell them the situation here, and tell them not to approach. World Defying Dan God Chapter 5088, Tianguxing. There are too many powerful ancient forces in Tiangu Purgatory, and these ancient forces are very domineering and powerful. The Temple of 100 Flowers and the female nation of demon souls also came in for a while, but they were not accepted by these ancient forces, and were even suppressed to a certain extent. Now Chen Shang is also thinking of releasing the Sky Ancient Star Clan to disrupt the ancient power camp, and it is also convenient for the world-defying universe to enter the Sky Ancient Purgatory in the future, and will not be targeted by the ancient power. Many of the ancient great forces who came here at this time came to capture Chen Shang, and to get the essence of purgatory that the Temple of Time offered a reward. Chen Shang helped the Tiangu Star Clan, and he could go back and ask that star spirit how to obtain the purgatory essence and purgatory blood, then he would not have to think about how to go to the Temple of Time. The pure star spirit naturally doesn't know Chen Zhang's careful thoughts, but it believes in Chen Shang very much, because it has learned a lot from Chen Shang. If it weren't for Chen Shang, their Tiangu Star Clan would not have a bright future at all. After getting bigger, the Six Paths Mirror and the Immortal War Profound Demon Pagoda were very moving. All the ancient forces on this star had already discovered the situation here and sent people to investigate. They found that even the Tiangu Star Clan did not dare to approach. You must know that the terrifying coercion surrounding the Six Paths Divine Mirror is the power from the Spirit of the Stars. The power of the Spirit of the Stars is just unable to break the space seal in the high sky, but it can still be released on the ground. Chen Shang could also sense that the power of the Spirit of the Stars came to the ground, and it was indeed weakened a lot. Even if it was blasted out, it would probably be absorbed by the heavenly ancient purgatory, but it was enough to deter those who wanted to approach. The divine mirror of six paths began to absorb the power of the stars, and it was enough to directly absorb the fire slurry of the earth, because Chen Shang had already let the spirit of the stars control the power of the stars and poured into the fire slurry of the earth to cooperate with him. Because of too much condensed energy, the divine mirror of six paths began to vibrate. After the energy is refined into the Six Paths Divine Mirror, it enters the Shenzhen Xuanmo Tower, and then is released through the Shenzhen Xuanmo Tower. After condensing the energy of most of the day, the Shenzhen Xuanmo Tower was released. I saw a strong light shot high into the sky, breaking through the thick black fog. Suddenly, violent spatial vibrations came from all directions, and the space barrier that sealed this star was also instantly defeated. The black clouds in the sky gradually dissipated, and the fiery red sky of the ancient purgatory could be seen. Also at this time, a large number of Tiangu Star Clan are madly rushing into the sky, rushing towards Tiangu Purgatory. Chen Shang quickly put away the divine mirror of six paths and the immortal war profound demon pagoda, and then came to the space in the center of the earth again. Spirit of the stars, what will the Tiangu Star Clan do after they run out? Chen Shang asked. I will find a way to rescue other Tiangu Star Clan, said the Spirit of the Stars. This Tiangu Purgatory may be chaotic for a while, but it's a good thing. Do you know where the marrow of Purgatory and blood of Purgatory are found? Chen Shang asked. I got the blood of Purgatory before from the Temple of Time. I'm sorry, I don't have the blood of Purgatory and the marrow of Purgatory here. I have exhausted all of them in order to refine a large Purgatory blood pill. The Spirit of Stars said apologetically. Chen Shang could only sigh secretly. I know where there is the marrow of Purgatory. The Spirit of the Stars said. There are a lot of stars in the ancient Purgatory. There is a kind of star that has the blood of Purgatory or the marrow of Purgatory. What are those stars like? Chen Shang hurriedly asked. The Temple of Time should be the Purgatory blood and Purgatory essence obtained from those stars. This requires you to be very careful and look at the space of the ancient Purgatory. As long as you observe the natural spatial turbulence converging on a certain star, it is very likely that there is Purgatory blood and Purgatory marrow. The Spirit of the Stars said. Understood, many thanks. Chen Shang left immediately after speaking. The star has been unsealed, and he can leave now. Chen Shang was on the divine mirror of six paths, and he easily contacted Kalian and Shen Tianyu. I learned from Kalian that the Demon Soul Girl country is not planning to leave, because they want to study this star. The same is true of other ancient great forces. Although a large number of Tiangu Star Clan left this star, there are also many who stayed. Because the space seal on the outer layer of the stars was defeated, the Tiangu star clan who stayed here is not so irritable, and there will definitely be various battles and conflicts with the major forces in the future. Chen Shang also told Kalian and Shen Tianyu that there is nothing to study here, but they still have to take a look here, and take this opportunity to explore the foundation of the various ancient forces. Chen Shang named this star Tiangu Xing because it was the first unsealed star of the Tiangu Xing clan. He didn't say that he was going to find the marrow of purgatory, but only said that he was going to explore other stars in the ancient purgatory. Before Chen Shang and Kai Lian, they originally planned to take advantage of the Temple of Time, but suddenly so many things happened, and the Temple of Time stopped offering him a reward, and this plan didn't work either. However, Chen Shang already knew the source of purgatory essence and purgatory blood. If he could find it, he would most likely encounter the Temple of Time. The Temple of Time has been in Tiangu Purgatory for so many years, and it must have mastered those places. Maybe there is a very powerful Temple of War God stationed there. Chen Shang set off immediately and went to find the stars that produce the blood of Purgatory and the marrow of Purgatory. When all the heavenly ancient star clan were unblocked in the future, there would be no more blood of Purgatory, and this must be very important at that time. Resource. Flying in the vast heavenly ancient Purgatory, Chen Shang opened his mind and eyes, cooperated with the heavenly jade space divine power, and observed the space secret technique, and indeed some spatial veins of the heavenly ancient purgatory could be seen. There is a lot of turbulent flow under the space. What I have seen so far is messy, and I haven't found any pointing to a certain star. Chen Shang also found that most of the stars in the ancient purgatory were fixed in one position and would not move at all. There are a large number of stars in the Tianquan star field, all of which are slowly rotating around the center of the Tianquan star field. And there are so many stars in Tiangu Purgatory, they are all fixed. That is to say, after expanding before, these stars will widen the distance between each other as the space expands. Why did Tiangu Purgatory suddenly expand before, and what did Tiangu Purgatory breathe in during the expansion? This is what Chen Shang needs to figure out quickly. Tiangu Purgatory is too big, even if a lot of things come in, he can't find it in a short time, because he can't see the edge of Tiangu Purgatory at all. Chen Shang casually found a star, and after confirming that there were no other creatures here, he released the Six Paths Divine Mirror and the Immortal War Profound Demon Pagoda in a desert, and then it became very huge. He wants to contact Aoshi Universe. After several days, he finally penetrated the space of the ancient purgatory through the Six Paths Divine Mirror and the Immortal War Profound Demon Pagoda, and was able to get in touch with the world-defying universe. As soon as he got in touch, Tianquan Yuling told him that the Big Yishan was gone. World-defying Dan God Chapter 5089, Purgatory Blood Star. Chen Shang was also shocked when he heard this news. If the big difference is gone, there is only one possibility, and it has entered the ancient purgatory. What caused the expansion of the ancient purgatory before, turned out to be a big difference. It is hard to escape the big difference, so it is only a matter of time before the Aoshi universe is thrown into the ancient purgatory. Creator, where are you? Tianquan Yuling asked, because during this period of time, Chen Shang seemed to be missing and could not be contacted at all. I'm in Tiangu Purgatory. It is very likely that Dai Yishan was infiltrated into this Tiangu Purgatory. It's only a matter of time before the world-defying universe is infiltrated. Chen Shang immediately told Tianquan Yuling about the details of Tiangu Purgatory, and then contacted Shen Yuanxin and Guan Yiyu, and also informed them about the Tiangu Purgatory so that they could prepare in advance. Tiangu Purgatory has super strong gravity. If you do not prepare in advance, once you enter Purgatory, it will be very dangerous in the first time, especially for many weak creatures, it is very likely to die. After learning about the situation of Tiangu Purgatory, Tianquan Yuling also has his own ideas. Start making preparations now, I'm afraid it's too late. Tianquan Yuling said. It won't be long before the world-defying universe will be thrown into the ancient purgatory, and the entire world-defying universe will not be able to be preserved by then. Yes, it is very likely that the world-defying universe will turn into a star. Chen Shang said. Since this is the case, there is only one way to do it. Tianquan Yuling said. I will turn the entire Tianquan star field into stars in advance, and then open up a space inside, and the creatures of Tianquan star field can take refuge in that space. The practice of Tianquan Yuling is exactly what the Tiangu star clan did back then. Therefore, there will be a large number of Tianghu star clan inside those stars, and this is the only way in the world-defying universe. It is too late to adapt to the extremely strong gravity in advance, but Tianxuan's star field can quickly self-strain into a star. This also requires Shen Yuanxin's help. The double universe space that Shen Yuanxin cultivated can just come in handy. It's the best way to transform into a star and enter the heavenly ancient purgatory. Chen Shang said. Anyway, you will go through this process when you enter the heavenly ancient purgatory. After Chen Shang contacted the heavenly jade domain spirit, they started preparing to enter the heavenly ancient purgatory. Chen Shang really didn't expect that the temple of time in the sky ancient time and space was so powerful that it could drive the out-of-control great Yishan into the heavenly ancient purgatory. After the fusion of the two aliens, more chaos collided, and in the face of this chaos, the temple of time was powerless. If you don't break into the ancient purgatory, the harm caused by the chaos of the great alien world will threaten the ancient time and space in the near future. Therefore, the temple of time can only put Daishin into Tianghu purgatory. As for the world-defying universe, it is beyond the control of the temple of time, and it is a foregone conclusion to be thrown into the ancient purgatory. Daishin is in Tianghu purgatory. Chen Shang stood on the top floor of Shenzhen Xuanmo Tower, looked at the fiery red purgatory sky, and sighed, what the asterisk did Daishin do to be brought in by the temple of time? Quote, it is not easy to break Daishin into the ancient purgatory, and the temple of time must have used a lot of power. Chen Shang put away the divine mirror of six paths and the immortal war profound demon pagoda, and continued to search for the blood of purgatory and the marrow of purgatory. These two things will be very scarce resources in the ancient purgatory. After the Tianghu purgatory is no longer expanding, the space communication has also resumed. Kalian suddenly used a communication talisman to contact Chen Shang, and said, I sense the existence of the demon ancestor. It seems that the reason for the expansion of the heavenly ancient purgatory is the arrival of a different heaven. Yes, Chen Shang replied. World-defying universe will come in soon, and maybe there will be a short-term expansion at that time. Kalian has Dao ancestors in her body, so she can naturally sense the demon ancestors. The demon ancestor released a strong fluctuation of divine power in the ancient purgatory, and it should be a fierce battle. Chen Shang flew in the vast Tianghu purgatory, and went to many stars. Fortunately, he has 6 divine mirrors, which can lock the stars and perform space jumps, and can travel to various stars very quickly. After looking for tens of thousands of stars, he finally saw the situation that the spirit of the ancient stars said. Chen Shang, through his mind and eyes, saw multiple spatial turbulent currents in the space, all of which were connected to a star, and that star also looked very special, as if it was transparent, it could not be seen at all from a distance, nor could it sense the release of the stars. The waves. The reason why Chen Shang was able to find out was that he could perceive this peculiar star by relying on the miraculous Tianxuan space power and that kind of space secret technique. Transparent. Is it a disguise? Chen Shang also became invisible. If this star really has a lot of purgatory blood and purgatory marrow, there must be time for the temple to guard, so he must be careful. He approached cautiously, but found that there was a huge barrier in front of him, which blocked his progress all the way. You must know that he is still a long way from that star, but here, there is already a big enchantment covering the stars. This kind of enchantment is not formed naturally. Chen Shang was secretly excited, because the star in front of him was very likely to be a purgatory blood star. With the cooperation of the 6 divine mirrors, Chen Shang easily passed through the outer barrier, but not long after passing through, he encountered another barrier. In order to arrange these enchantments, it will take at least tens of thousands of years. Chen Shang went to investigate carefully, and found that there are many layers of enchantment. No wonder this star can't be seen in the distance, it was hidden by someone. It took several days for Chen Shang to carefully pass through 1,000 layers of barrier, and finally saw the true face of the purgatory blood star. This star is also very huge, but it doesn't look like a purgatory blood star. Chen Shang looked into the past. He could see green trees, mountains and rivers, and a large ocean. It could be said to be a very beautiful star. No matter how you look at it, it doesn't look like it has the blood of purgatory. Isn't it? When Chen Shang was outside, he was very sure that it was the purgatory blood star, but after entering, he began to doubt it. He landed on the top of a high mountain above the stars, breathing very fresh air. He looked up into the air, but he couldn't see the fiery red purgatory, but an azure blue sky. Obviously, the blue sky that only exists under the influence of the multi-layered barrier outside should be caused by someone deliberately. It shouldn't be occupied by the Temple of Time. The Temple of Time has no such style. Chen Shang is on the high mountain, feeling the peace of this star, which is very rare. It's very peaceful here, so he can't bear to break the peace here, and he doesn't want to bring any disaster. Brother, it seems that this ancient purgatory still has many secrets. Sister Xiaojing said. This star is obviously different. Even if it is a purgatory blood star, it is not a purgatory blood star under the control of the Temple of Time. World Defying Dan God Chapter 5090, Weird Illusion. Chen Shang thought of a possibility, that this star gave birth to powerful human beings, and these human beings know how to set up enchantments to protect the purgatory blood star from being invaded. Even if it is the Temple of Time, it should be difficult to enter this star and act nonsense. Chen Shang looked at the sky and could feel the pressure brought by those powerful formations. Brother, if there were humans in this star, would they have discovered you? Sister Xiaojing said, although you can pass through so many enchantments, it doesn't mean they won't know. This kind of thing is really difficult to guarantee. After all, there are so many enchantments, and some enchantments may be specifically to perceive whether anyone has passed. There are so many enchantments, it doesn't look like the style of the Temple of Time. Chen Shang said, if it is the Temple of Time, they must use the enchantments related to time and space to defend. When Chen Shang passed through a large number of enchantments, he did not find any enchantments related to time. Yes, if the Temple of Time controls this purgatory blood star, it will definitely not be so beautiful here. Sister Xiaojing is also full of praise for the scenery here. Not only is the scenery beautiful, but the most important thing is the very rare sense of tranquility. On this star, there will be an indescribable sense of security, as if the sky will fall and this star will not be affected. It is a feeling of complete isolation. The peace and tranquility here can make people completely let go of their guard and enjoy a rare relaxation. Chen Shang, the star with the same scenery as here, has also seen it, but he has never felt this kind of beauty. He was sitting on the top of the mountain at this time, looking into the distance, feeling that he could watch here for a lifetime. I don't want to leave. Chen Shang suddenly felt this way, and he began to recall his experiences over the years. Over the years, he has been so tired, and it seems that he has never been so relaxed. He tried his best to improve himself and make himself stronger, not just to pursue this sense of security. Now that he is here, he has an incomparable sense of security, so it seems that there is no point in continuing to work hard. Wouldn't it be very comfortable to stay here for a lifetime? Chen Shang didn't know why he suddenly had this kind of thought. Now he has completely unloaded the burden he had previously carried, and just wants to spend the rest of his life lying flat here. Beauty is short-lived. Chen Shang looked into the distance, pondered for a long time, and finally came to his senses. He came here to find the blood and marrow of purgatory. He's not sure if it's here now, but he's decided not to disturb this beautiful star, and he can't bear it. Let's go. Chen Shang was about to ride the divine mirror of 6 paths when he suddenly saw a figure flying over from a distance. Someone. Chen Shang was a little surprised. Could it be from this star? What flew over was a woman with a beautiful face, jade-like skin, a pair of very beautiful blue eyes under her eyebrows, and a snow-white dress that made her look pure and holy. This son, are you leaving soon after you arrived? The woman's voice was soft and she smiled lightly. The woman was indeed beautiful, but Chen Shang was unmoved. After all, he had seen more attractive women, such as Kai Lian now. That face and eyes exuded a seductive allure at every moment. Yes, I'm bothering you, I'll go now. Chen Zhang's divine mirror of 6 paths has already flown. He really doesn't want to destroy the beauty here, because he knows very well that if he stays here, it will bring some bad things. Young master, please stay for a few more days. The woman in the white dress hurriedly flew in front of Chen Shang. It's not easy for you to come here, it means that you have a fate with Tianyuanxing. This star is called Tianyuanxing. Chen Shang said with a smile. This name is really interesting. There is no chance, but I can't come here. The woman also smiled softly and said, I can meet the sun, it is also fate. At this time, Chen Shang instinctively thought about a few things. This woman should have noticed him very early, and flew over when she saw him leaving. Girl, why do you know I'm here? Chen Shang asked. Although there are very few people in our Tianyuan family, we know Tianyuanxing like the back of your hand. The woman smiled and said, Since the sun passed through the first barrier, we have known and found that the sun has no malice towards Tianyuansheng, so it didn't stop. So it is. Chen Shang nodded. Because Tianyuansheng is relatively special, it will attract many spoilers, so it is hidden and closed. We welcome tourists like young master. The woman added. Our Tianyuan clan all hope that young master can, if you stay for a few more days, if it is convenient for you, can you accept the invitation of our Tianyuan clan? Invitation, Chen Shang said with a smile. What kind of invitation? Just to go for a walk in our Tianyuan clan. We also want to communicate with outsiders and to learn about the outside world. The main thing is to talk to the elders at will, and then tell the stories of the outside world with the children in the clan. The woman said. Okay, no problem. Chen Shang thought for a while, then agreed, then put away the six-path mirror, and followed the woman to fly in the air. He just used Shinming to look at the woman, and he didn't notice anything unusual, but he still raised his vigilance. Before long, they flew to a prairie, and in the middle of the prairie, there was a giant formation of stone tablets. The steel was as huge as a hill, with many golden inscriptions engraved on it. Hundreds of them were encircled and landed in the middle of the great formation. Immediately, a majestic shout came from all directions. Young master, we are going to teleport to the clan through this array. The woman said, wait to open the teleportation array later, please don't resist. Well, I'm ready, Chen Shang nodded. Hundreds of stone monuments all around suddenly radiated a strong golden light, and the great formation opened. To Chen Zhang's surprise, the moment the big formation was opened, the woman suddenly disappeared. Girl, Chen Shang shouted, feeling that something was wrong, and immediately released Tianxuan's space divine power to perform space jump. However, he found that his space was extremely solid, making it difficult for him to jump into the distance. It's a trap, Chen Shang scolded in a low voice. He actually fell into such a low-level trick. Is your heart clear in your eyesight? He was on guard all the way. Although he didn't notice that the woman was lying, he still didn't fully trust the woman. If the other party suddenly shot, he was ready to fight back or avoid it. I just didn't expect that this method would be used. The woman in the white dress did teleport away just now. It should be her own space jumping away, and then opening this great formation to trap Chen Shang. Smelly man, you are not fascinated by my beauty, but are led by curiosity. The woman's icy voice was full of ridicule, and it came from outside. At this time, Chen Shang could see that there were dozens of people standing on those huge stone tablets. Just when they thought they were going to trap Chen Shang suddenly disappeared. He released Tianxuan's space and hid in it. World-Defying Dan God Chapter 5091, Soulless Man. Fortunately, Chen Shang has a sky jade space, which can be released at any time, embedded in the vicinity where he is, and then he can enter the sky jade space. After Chen Shang hid in Tianxuan's space, he could still see everything outside, and could hear voices. After he disappeared, he heard a surprised sound from outside. Where did that person go? There is no way he can escape. The big array has sealed the space, and no one can escape. A man said in surprise. The woman in the white dress was suspended in the air, looked around, and wanted to find Chen Shang, but couldn't find it. I didn't expect this idiot to have this ability. The woman in the white dress was very unhappy, because they needed a lot of investment to start the big formation. Senior sister, that person can come here, and he has extraordinary ability. We should put him down and start the big formation. Now it's really impossible to steal the chicken. A man said. We've done this before, and we've never failed. We just didn't expect that someone would be able to escape with the formation of the Great Formation. The woman in the white dress said coldly, are you blaming me? Senior sister, that's not what I meant. It's just a pity. The man hurriedly said, after all, someone has finally come here, and he has cultivated the body of purgatory, what a pity. Chen Shang was secretly shocked. This group of people could actually see that he had cultivated a purgatory body. He was just very curious, what the **** were these people going to do to him? He should still be on Tianyuansheng, we can definitely catch him. Another man said. Senior sister, let's act separately. Go, I'll stay here. After you find it, contact me immediately and let me go over and settle him. Said the woman in the white dress. The people standing on the monument quickly flew away, leaving only the woman in the white dress, who controlled the formation to stop. I know you're still here. The woman in the white dress suddenly shouted, you're a very curious person, so you should really want to know why I did this. Chen Shang was indeed very curious, but after he knew that the other party was dangerous, he was very cautious and did not respond. Originally, Chen Shang didn't want to destroy the beauty of this star, but after seeing this group of people, he knew that this star might not be as good as what he saw. In such an environment, there are still such people, which means that the environment here is very likely to be an illusion. Come out, I won't hurt you again. The woman in the white dress said again, it was just a misunderstanding before. Since you can escape the seal of the Great Formation just now, I can't help you. What did you guys do to me just now? Chen Shang asked. You really are still here. The woman in the white dress suddenly smiled softly. Young master, you are really admirable. A man like you is so rare. Stop talking nonsense, Chen Shang said. We just started the big formation and we want to send you to a place. You have the body of purgatory, and we will get a great reward after sending it to that place. The woman in the white dress said, but now I see your ability. After that, I think it's best to work with you. Cooperation, Chen Shang said, we have nothing to cooperate with. Young master, you and I are talented and beautiful. It's better for us to form a husband and wife and become a powerful couple on the heavenly fate star. The woman in the white dress untied her clothes and opened them, saying, you should be able to see how beautiful I am, body. Chen Shang can indeed see it, but it is not attractive to him at all. What kind of woman has he not seen? Chen Shang controlled Tianshuan's space to move outside the big formation, and then said, is this Tianyuanxing covered by a big illusion? Not bad, said the woman in the white dress, everything you saw before was an illusion, but I'm real. What is this star like? Chen Shang asked again, he didn't even realize that it was an illusion. I have a way to teach you to see through the illusion of this star. The woman in the white dress said again, come out quickly, when they come back, I won't have a chance to take you away. Chen Shang made enough defensive preparations, and then came out of Tianshuan's space. As soon as they came out, the woman in the white dress flew over immediately. Master, hug me. At this moment, she opened her clothes, her eyes were like silk, she looked charming and seductive, and she was still slowly taking off her clothes. Chen Shang suddenly flashed, avoiding the sword that the woman stabbed like lightning. It was very thrilling just now. If Chen Zhang's reaction was slower, he would definitely be stabbed by that woman. I don't know where the woman took out a sword, and the speed of the sword was extremely fast. Bastard! The woman in the white skirt cursed in a low voice, then swung her sword and attacked. You have some strength, but you are not my opponent. After Chen Shang finished speaking, he released the divine mirror of 6 paths. The divine mirror of 6 paths flew out and rushed towards the woman in the white dress. Fighting with these things, what kind of man are you? The woman in the white dress didn't have any useful artifacts, she could only dodge the spinning attacks of the 6 paths divine mirror. Then Chen Shang released vermilion bird tenderness again. The transparent and slender Suzaku tenderness flew over, silently, and fell on the woman in the white dress like hair, and she didn't notice it at all. By the time she noticed it, Suzaku's tenderness had penetrated into her body and spread, and then wrapped her inside and out. Give you a chance, but you still want to do something to me. Chen Shang was expressionless, he just slapped his palm on the woman's shoulder and shattered it. The power of the purgatory body is very domineering. Chen Shang used his divine power to cooperate, and directly smashed the shoulders and arms of well-known women. Even that woman was frightened, because she didn't know that Chen Shang was so strong. From her point of view, Chen Shang is just cultivating the body of purgatory, it is impossible to have such strength. Young master, I was wrong. The woman in the white dress was finally frightened and cried, I can't help myself, I was forced. HMPH, I don't believe your nonsense. After Chen Shang finished speaking, he blasted out with a few palms, and at the same time he shot the eternal flame. With just a few palms, the woman was blasted into ashes. Chen Shang took back vermilion bird's tenderness, frowned and looked around, surprised, this woman has no soul. What's going on? He finally knew now why his heart and eyes didn't see any problems, it turned out that the other party had no soul. Brother, she can't be without a soul. Sister Xiaojing said, maybe the soul is hidden somewhere. But I didn't perceive it nearby. I probably know what's going on. Chen Shang said, the souls and souls here are all gathered in one place and separated from the body. So, what you're doing here, they'll know right away. Sister Xiaojing said. Not bad. Chen Shang flew in the air and said, I don't know what I'm going to face next, these guys are not weak. World Defying Dan God Chapter 5092, Purgatory blood slaves. Chen Shang still underestimated this purgatory blood star. Although it is called Tianyuanxing, it has a super large illusion formation covering the entire star, and there are layers of enchantments outside. He didn't intend to destroy the beautiful tranquility of this star before, but after discovering that the beauty was an illusion, he decided to explore and search for the blood of purgatory and the marrow of purgatory. There is an underground palace under a certain giant mountain. Under the underground palace, it is pitch black. In one of the huge stone chambers, there is a black pool. There is a thick black liquid in the pool, like mud. At this time, a group of white light flew over from a passage and landed in the pool. The pond began to churn, and then many young men and women in white clothes or white skirts came over and surrounded the pond. Not long after, the pond stopped churning, and then a woman climbed out. It was the woman Chen Shang killed before. She was covered with a layer of black animal skin. Yo, isn't this Li Yuanyuan, junior sister Li? I remember you haven't died for tens of thousands of years, right? A man smiled and said, you have died less than me, and the guy who can kill you is quite capable of. Shut up. As soon as Li Yuanyuan came up, he scolded, go away. Even if you meet that guy, you will still be killed. Thinking of the process of being killed, Li Yuanyuan still admires Chen Shang, and regrets it very much. I said, junior sister Li, are you being besieged by several people? Or is it just one person? It would be too useless to be killed alone, right? The man laughed. Wang Qing, when I find that guy, I will inform you immediately to feel it. Li Yuanyuan said coldly, I will also be here waiting for you to be reborn and climb out. Junior sister Li, you have already lost a lot of purgatory blood crystals when you started the big formation. Now that you are reborn, you have consumed a lot of purgatory blood crystals. You will be sad for the days ahead. Wang Qing laughed. Wait for me. Li Yuanyuan was extremely angry when she saw the contempt in everyone's eyes. She now regrets provoking Chen Shang very much, causing her a heavy loss. She closed her eyes. Chen Zhang's handsome smiling face appeared in her mind. She could not wait to crush that face. But after thinking about it carefully, he also felt that he was too conceited, and he really shouldn't provoke Chen Shang. Especially after Chen Shang escaped from that big formation, she should realize that Chen Shang is not something she can provoke. Li Yuanyuan returned to her basement to wash her body, put on a dress, left the underground palace, and flew into the air. I brought my soul this time, so I shouldn't be as embarrassed as before, right? Li Yuanyuan is going to find Chen Shang, but this star is very big, it is still difficult for her to find Chen Shang. She was able to meet Chen Shang before because the large formation sensed someone coming in, and then she went over to take a look and saw Chen Shang. Not only Li Yuanyuan, but now many people are dispatched to find Chen Shang. Because they knew that Chen Shang cultivated the body of purgatory, and he could kill Li Yuanyuan. Li Yuanyuan was hidden in the air and could see many people in white flying in the air. They can't find that first. Li Yuanyuan gritted her teeth and began to think of a way. She immediately flew back to the vicinity of the previous great formation, and then her eyes suddenly turned red. Originally, there was a very beautiful scene around her, but after her eyes turned red, she saw a pitch-black sky and bones on the ground. The mountains are formed by the accumulation of various human and beast bones. At a glance, countless skeletons are filled with the breath of endless death. This guy, flying really fast. Li Yuanyuan quickly saw the trajectory of Chen Zhang's flight, because there was dead air everywhere, only she could see and feel it. Chen Shang caught the breath here, and he flew in the air to drive the flow of dead energy around him, leaving traces. Li Yuanyuan was also flying very fast, and was chasing Chen Shang. Chen Shang sat on the divine mirror of 6 paths, stopped flying and made various attempts to see through the illusion here, but he couldn't see clearly. There is no dark night here. Chen Shang looked at the blue sky and frowned. Who is it? Why did he create such an environment? Could it be a trap? Just when he looked up into the air, he suddenly sensed something approaching. Although it was a very weak breath, he was still caught by him, and even Sister Xiaojing didn't notice it. He immediately hid in the Tianquan space. Li Yuanyuan is here. She just saw Chen Shang sitting on the 6-path mirror from a distance, and he disappeared in the blink of an eye. She knew very well that Chen Shang hid again and suddenly disappeared, just like escaping from that great formation before, leaving no trace behind. Son, I'm here again. Li Yuanyuan said with a smile after approaching, "Son, I'm here to make friends with you this time." Li Yuanyuan appeared again, and Chen Shang was not surprised at all, because he had never seen her soul before. He knew that she would be reborn again, but he was a little surprised that the rebirth was too fast, and it became much stronger. "Brother, she has a soul," Sister Xiaojing said. After she brought her soul, she became much stronger. "Why do you think that I will believe you?" Chen Shang replied. The other party couldn't enter his heavenly jade space, so he was not afraid. "Young master, I'm sincere this time. You've completely conquered my soul." Li Yuanyuan whispered softly, "My heart and soul have been conquered by you, and I hope my body can be conquered by you too." "I'm not interested in you at all," Chen Shang said. "You brought your soul this time. If you don't want your soul to be scattered, just get out of here." "Young master, you are obviously very powerful, why are you hiding?" Li Yuanyuan smiled and said, "Come out quickly, let's be honest with each other." After speaking, she opened the white dress on her body and said charmingly, "People have opened up their hearts and want to communicate frankly with you." Chen Shang was unmoved. He thought about it, and felt that this woman still had some value. He flew around here before and couldn't find anything, and it would be really hard for him to figure out what's going on here without a local with him. "My name is Chen Shang. What's your name?" Chen Shang asked. "Mr. Shen, what do you want to call him?" Li Yuanyuan laughed. "Just call you a stripper girl," Chen Shang said. "People only want to take off their clothes when they see you." "Who said that Mr. Shen is so handsome? I have lived for so many years, and I have never seen Mr. Shen's handsome face." Li Yuanyuan said sincerely, "I really want to be there. Undressing in front of young Master Shen. I didn't expect you to laugh at people so much." "Stop teasing me, you can't tease me," Chen Shang said. "You should communicate with me directly." "I'm Li Yuanyuan. I'm a blood slave," Li Yuanyuan said. "Purgatory blood slave. You have the body of purgatory, I want to eat you very much." World Defying Dan God Chapter 5093, Heavenly Fate Star Blood Lord. "Eat me." Chen Shang didn't know what this eating meant. "Yes, I wanted to eat you before. It didn't mean to eat, but I really wanted to cut you off and bake it to eat." Li Yuanyuan said. "I'm not good at all." Chen Shang pouted. He didn't expect that this woman really wanted to eat him. He was a little scared thinking about it. "I can't eat it, I just think about it. I am a blood slave in purgatory. If the blood master knows that I steal the body of purgatory, I will be miserable." Li Yuanyuan said. "Even if I catch you, I can only send it to you. Go to the blood lord." "So, Tianyuanxing has the blood of purgatory and the marrow of purgatory?" Chen Shang asked. "Yeah, there are indeed many, but don't think about it, they are all controlled by the blood master." Li Yuanyuan said. "The blood master is very strong." "Oh, so, does the blood lord know that I am in Tianyuanxing?" Chen Shang asked. He suspects that the blood master may be related to the Protoss, and he also has the ability to create humans. "Of course it doesn't know. If you continue to stay here and do things, it will definitely know." Li Yuanyuan said. "Now many blood slaves know about you, and they have come out to arrest you. How were your blood slaves born? I remember that you didn't have a soul before, just a body." Chen Shang said. "We are the spiritual body of this star. We use the blood of purgatory to shape our body, and then the blood master appeared, enslaved us, and controlled the holy blood pool. Every time you use the holy blood pool to shape your body, you need to consume a lot of blood crystals." Li Yuanyuan said. "This blood lord is very powerful. The enchantment illusion of this star or something, it should be made by it, right?" Chen Shang finally figured out what kind of enemy he was going to face, that blood lord. "It's not. Tianyuanxing originally had an Tianghu Star Clan, and this Tianghu Star Clan was sealed. After the Tianghu Star Clan broke the seal, they fought against the Temple of Time. The celestial spirit of Tianyuanxing destroyed the Tianghu Star Clan and made it into the blood of purgatory." Li Yuanyuan said. After Chen Shang heard it, he was shocked. This star actually has the Tianghu Star Clan, but it was destroyed. When he was in Tianghu Xing, he had seen the number of Tianghu Xing clan, it was very terrifying. The blood master can destroy so many Tianghu Star Clan, and he will definitely be able to produce a large amount of purgatory blood. The Temple of Time ran away and sealed this star. The enchantment here was created by the Temple of Time. It is estimated that when the Temple of Time has sufficient strength, it will definitely come back and destroy the blood master. Li Yuanyuan said. When the time comes, will also be the time of my liberation. Chen Shang is still hiding in Tianquan space, and it is precisely because of his ability that Li Yuanyuan is very envious of this. You said before that you wanted to eat me, does it do you any good? Chen Shang asked. You cultivated the body of purgatory, and after eating it, I can cultivate the body of purgatory faster. Li Yuanyuan said with a smile, at that time, I will be the strongest blood slave. The king of blood slaves. It's all slaves, what kind of king is it? It's really funny. Chen Shang laughed. Mr. Shen, you shouldn't be a guy from the Temple of Time. Because you don't know what's going on here, but you know the Temple of Time and the blood of purgatory. It means that you only found this heavenly fate star for the blood of purgatory. Yes, Li Yuanyuan said seriously. Not bad. Chen Shang didn't deny it, I'm here for the blood of purgatory and the marrow of purgatory. Your strength is very strong, but compared to some powerful gods of war in the Temple of Time, it is much worse. Compared with the great powers of the Supreme Heavenly Venerate, it is far worse. Li Yuanyuan said. However, but you have cultivated the body of purgatory. You mean, my purgatory body doesn't match my strength, right? With my purgatory body, I should be stronger. Chen Shang asked. Not bad. Generally speaking, even if you have a body of purgatory, you should at least be a holy immortal of the ancient times. Li Yuanyuan said. You are not even a holy immortal of the ancient times now. Tiangu Shengjun and Supreme Tianzun, what are they like? Chen Shang had never seen them before, nor did he have a concept. I don't know how to describe it, I only know, the Blood Master is at the level of the ancient holy god. Li Yuanyuan said, and your strength is 1 or 2 realms behind the ancient holy god. 1 or 2 realms, Chen Shang frowned and said, am I so weak? No, at least it's better than me. Li Yuanyuan said, you should be the cultivation base of the heavenly Holy Spirit. Above you, there is the heavenly ancient Holy Spirit, the heavenly ancient Holy Spirit. What are the powers corresponding to these realms? Chen Shang had never heard of it. Kalian, who has been in Tiangu Purgatory for many years, hasn't told him about these things, so he doesn't know at all, maybe even the demon soul girl country. I don't know, because I'm just a heavenly ancient spirit. I haven't entered the stage of heavenly ancient Holy Spirit. You can easily defeat me, which means that you are heavenly ancient Holy Spirit. Li Yuanyuan sighed. I don't either. I know how to break through. In short, for many years, I have been like this, without any progress. Then why are you coming to me now? Do you really want to eat me? Chen Shang asked. You're so strong, you don't have to hide. You know, if I had your strength, I'd definitely walk sideways. I'll kill anyone who doesn't like it. It's not like you, you'll shrink back at every turn, and there's no trace of the ancient Holy Spirit. Demeanor, Li Yuanyuan said contemptuously. Little girl, you don't understand this. Be cautious, I was almost killed by you because I trusted you too much. Chen Shang laughed and said, Ghost knows how many people are hiding around you. You are good, think about it, if I wasn't careful before, would it be gone? Li Yuanyuan stopped talking. She thought for a while, if she didn't have Chen Zhang's ability, she probably wouldn't live long. Not to mention other places, on this Tianyuanxing, there are hidden dangers everywhere. The reason why she is fine is because she is a blood slave. The other powerful creatures in Tianyuanxing dare not offend the Blood Master, so these blood slaves don't have to be careful. But Chen Shang is different, if he is not cautious enough, he will not know how he died. Chen Shang really thought that there were a lot of blood slaves hidden around him, and he didn't know the strength of those blood slaves, so he wouldn't go out, lest he be caught. Do you want the blood of purgatory? I can help you, let's cooperate, Li Yuanyuan said suddenly. Chen Shang was suddenly very vigilant, because he was deceived by this woman twice, so he didn't dare to believe her words anymore. Girl, I can't trust you. Chen Shang sighed. I don't know how I dare to trust you. So I can't cooperate with you, you go. Do you like this site? Donate here. World Defying Dan God Chapter 5094, Scheming Slave. Chen Shang used Shinmingyan and could see that Li Yuanyuan was trustworthy, but Li Yuanyuan's soul was too strange, so he could not believe Shinmingyan was reliable now. Young Master Shen, don't be so absolute. Li Yuanyuan smiled sweetly and said, why don't you let me go into the place you're hiding, and then let's have a good talk. I don't believe you, why do I want you to enter my hiding place? Chen Shang is very safe in Tianquan space, there is no reason to bring Li Yuanyuan in. Everyone has said it so clearly, but you just don't understand what they mean. Li Yuanyuan said angrily, and as she said that, she ripped off some of the clothes on her body. Am I so stupid in your eyes? Chen Shang said with a smile. Do you think that I will completely trust a woman as soon as she takes off her clothes? If I am really like this, I don't know how many times I have died. Young Master Shen, that's not what they meant. They are just showing their loyalty to you. Li Yuanyuan said, I don't expect to be your woman. I'll be satisfied as long as I become your slave. You go, Chen Shang said. If you don't go, you won't go. If you don't accept me as a slave, I won't go. Li Yuanyuanjiao shouted, Young master, you'll be everything. As long as we sign a master-slave contract, can't you trust me? At that time, we can talk about cooperation slowly in bed. Although Li Yuanyuan doesn't use any charm techniques, her very straightforward words are full of temptation. What's more, she is also a very beautiful woman, but she met Chen Shang, so this trick is useless at all. Chen Shang can kill her, as long as he suddenly flashes out of Tianxuan space, uses Vermilion Sparrow's tenderness to hold her, and then slashes and kills Li Yuanyuan with a single knife. The reason why Chen Shang didn't do anything and let her go was mainly to follow her back to see where she would go in the end, and then use this as a clue to find the mysterious Blood Lord. Master-slave contract, Chen Shang frowned and said, you really want to? His strength is stronger than Li Yuanyuan. If he signs a master-slave contract, it is really difficult for the other party to escape. But he is still worried about fraud. Of course I am willing, Mr. Shen, come and release the contract. With your strength, the contract released must be very strong. Li Yuanyuan said. Ro, Chen Shang immediately began to think about the contract, and together with Sister Xiaojing, separated a strand from his own soul, formed a strong contract force, and released it. When the power of the contract went out, there were also waves of powerful souls. Even Li Yuanyuan was taken aback, because she had never seen such a powerful spirit. You must know that Chen Zhang's soul is nurtured by multiple fates, so it is naturally very powerful. In order to prevent you from cheating, this master-slave contract is very strong. There is no room for cancellation. In the past, when I signed a master-slave contract with others, there was some room for cancellation, and this is impossible to cancel. Chen Shang said. Young master, I sincerely want to become a loyal servant, and I never thought about releasing it, come on. Li Yuanyuan closed her eyes and let the power of the contract enter the depths of her soul and merge with her soul. The fusion process was also very painful. Li Yuanyuan clenched his fist tightly and endured the pain until the fusion was complete. And this process lasted for a long time. During this process, because Li Yuanyuan endured the pain, his body continued to burst with divine power, and there was a wave of aura fluctuations. It is for this reason that many blood slaves are rushing over. When the fusion was completed, Li Yuanyuan was already paralyzed on the ground, and Chen Shang also sensed that blood slaves were approaching from all directions. He immediately moved Li Yuanyuan into the Tianxuan space. When he was in Daishan before, Chen Zhang's sky jade space was very large, but after coming here, it was difficult for that large sky jade space to be embedded in the space of the ancient purgatory, so he had to shrink it a lot, and now it is only the size of a small room. Master, can I just call you son in the future, without calling you master? Li Yuanyuan was very weak at this time, lying on a bed and looking at Chen Shang, his eyes were full of sincerity. Whatever you want to call it. Chen Shang smiled and said, I really didn't expect that you would make such a big determination to recognize me as the master. Master, I didn't tell you something. I beg your pardon. Li Yuanyuan bit her lip and whispered. When Chen Shang heard this, he couldn't help but raise his brows, knowing that there might be a pitfall in taking Li Yuanyuan as a slave. You won't **** me off again, will you? Chen Shang is now extremely sure that Li Yuanyuan is already his slave, and he has signed a master-slave contract that cannot be broken. He can use that contract to torture Li Yuanyuan's soul at any time. I was originally the blood slave of the blood master, and now I am your slave girl. The blood master will be very angry, he can't wait to kill me and you. He should already know about this. Li Yuanyuan said. It's not a big deal. Chen Shang really wasn't afraid of that blood lord. Although I had a master-slave contract with the blood master, the binding force of that contract is not very strong, and it can be replaced by other master-slave contracts at any time. Li Yuanyuan said. The premise is that the new master's soul is stronger than the blood master's. Just do it. Chen Shang whispered a few words in his heart, but did not expect that this woman Li Yuanyuan would be very scheming when it came to becoming his slave girl. If the master-slave contract he just concluded was not strong enough, he would not be able to accept her as a slave. If she is strong enough, then Li Yuanyuan is not at a loss, isn't it just a change of master? In Li Yuanyuan's opinion, Chen Shang, the new master, is much better than the blood master. At least Chen Shang is very handsome, and maybe he can take her out of this place. What's more, Chen Shang has cultivated a purgatory body, she can be by Chen Zhang's side at any time, and can often take advantage of Chen Shang. After all, she has already figured out Chen Zhang's bottom line. For example, now, when Chen Shang was a little inattentive, Li Yuanyuan was lying on top of him like a snake, and he was hugging him tightly. Master, I want to hold you and rest for a while, okay? Li Yuanyuan said coquettishly, I just became your slave girl, let me get close to my master. Chen Shang took a breath of the fragrance from the beautiful slave girl and said, Yuanyuan, can you put on your clothes and talk? Got it. It turns out that the master doesn't like women. There are also many pink and tender teenagers in the blood slaves. Would you like me to find a few for you? Li Yuanyuan complained bitterly. No need. Chen Shang rolled his eyes and said, I have a lot of female slaves, no matter their appearance or temperament, you can't be ranked. Follow me and improve yourself. Master, you have so many female slaves. Then don't you have more and better women? Li Yuanyuan giggled and said, I wonder if I can serve them in the future. Yuanyuan, to be honest, I still like the way you yell at me. Chen Shang took off the jade hand she put on his body, and then helped her get dressed. Tell me about the blood master, I want to get the blood of purgatory and the marrow of purgatory as soon as possible, and then leave here. Chen Shang said seriously. World-Defying Dan God Chapter 5095, Blood Thaumaturgy. Master, can I lie in your arms and talk? People are very weak now. Li Yuanyuan whispered tenderly. Chen Shang could only hold her and let her hold her in his arms. Li Yuanyuan was very happy. In her opinion, Chen Shang might not be as powerful as the blood master, but his soul was stronger, but this master was very close to her, and in this respect, he was far stronger than the blood master. Although she is the blood slave of the blood master, she has never seen the blood master very much, and she is often reprimanded, and she does not feel any concern from the blood master. Little girl, how are you in the blood slave? Chen Shang asked. He not only hugged Li Yuanyuan, but also stroked her face and hair. Li Yuanyuan was like a well-behaved cat lying in Chen Zhang's arms, enjoying Chen Zhang's caress. It's relatively strong. They all call me senior sister. Li Yuanyuan chuckled lightly. Young master, you didn't kill me just now and kept letting me go. Are you planning to follow me back? Cough. I just don't want to kill you. Chen Shang said with a smile. You follow me back, it's useless. At most, you can only find the blood pool, and you can't find the hiding place of the blood master at all. Li Yuanyuan said. I'm not looking for the blood master, but the blood of purgatory. Chen Shang said. Master, you have already cultivated the body of purgatory, why do you need the blood of purgatory and the marrow of purgatory? Logically speaking, the blood of purgatory is not very useful to you. Li Yuanyuan said. If the marrow of purgatory. It also works, but the marrow of purgatory is difficult to control. When I find it, you'll know what's the use. Chen Shang said. How can I get to the place where the blood is hidden? You kiss me, Li Yuanyuan said. Chen Shang kissed Li Yuanyuan's face. Master, I want to kiss you too. Li Yuanyuan caressed his face with both hands, then kissed his lips, and then smiled happily. Chen Shang really could not have imagined that the woman who yelled at him before, was now so docile and even became his slave girl. Master, didn't I trick you into a big formation before? I want to teleport you away, and from that place, you can go to the underground palace where the blood master is. Li Yuanyuan said. If you go from the teleportation formation, it will be very dangerous. Because when you go there, you will meet a powerful Gorfiend. Can you open that great formation again? Chen Shang said. Go in from there, I'm not afraid. As long as it is teleported, he will immediately enter the Tianquan space to understand the situation outside before going out. Of course it can be turned on, but I just need blood crystals. I have few blood crystals left. Li Yuanyuan said. If you want to get blood crystals, you can only get them from other blood slaves. What's the use of blood crystals? Chen Shang asked. Li Yuanyuan took out a blood crystal, a very small one, about the size of a little finger. Chen Shang took it over and looked at it, and said, "There is a kind of power of purgatory blood in it." Yes. Li Yuanyuan nodded. This crystal is condensed by the creation force of the ancient purgatory, and then absorbed the blood of purgatory, and turned into a special blood crystal. Chen Shang felt it. The divine power released was very strong, no wonder he was able to activate that kind of teleportation formation. He looked outside, and there were several blood slaves wandering around, looking for Li Yuanyuan. Li Yuanyuan passed through the 6 paths divine mirror and saw the faces of those people, and said, "The blood crystals on their bodies are enough, the premise is to kill them." "How did you get these blood crystals?" Chen Shang asked. "Did the blood master give it?" "It was the blood master who used the blood of purgatory to infuse the blood crystal ore, and then we went to dig it ourselves. Most of the blood crystals were given to the blood master, and we could only get a few blood crystals." Li Yuanyuan said. "The blood crystals, the mine is deep underground, and it is within the control of the blood master. Are you resting now? Let's kill those blood slaves." Chen Shang said. "Not yet, my head still hurts. Young master, if you can take a bath with me, maybe you can recover faster." Li Yuanyuan leaned against Chen Zhang's arms and said softly. Chen Shang really released a big bathtub, and then soaked in it with Li Yuanyuan. Li Yuanyuan fuses the soul blood contract, and also dissolves the original contract of the blood master, so her current soul is indeed very weak. Chen Shang is now helping her recover her soul, and at the same time checking the cultivation level in her body. "Your body is really strong. It looks like it has just been remodeled, but it is so powerful," Chen Shang said in surprise. "This is the power of the blood pool. And when I remodeled my body, I merged into the essence of purgatory." Li Yuanyuan laughed and said, "Young master, people's bodies are not only strong. Take a good bath," Chen Shang said. After several hours, Li Yuanyuan's soul also recovered. She came out of the bathtub and put on a white dress. This was what Chen Shang wore for her. It was much prettier than her original white dress. Li Yuanyuan's soul is not weak, and there is a small space in her soul to store magical treasures, so even if her body is destroyed, as long as her soul can float to the blood pool, she can be reborn immediately. "Yuanyuan, your soul should be born from the marrow of purgatory and the blood of purgatory, right?" Chen Shang said. "It should be. I suspect that we were originally blood elves here, but we were enslaved by the blood master." Li Yuanyuan sighed softly. "Now that I have met the sun, I can finally escape from the sea of misery." Chen Shang was even more looking forward to the purgatory blood and purgatory essence here, to actually be able to give birth to the creation spirit, which shows that the purgatory blood and purgatory essence here may breed more powerful things. He controlled Tianxuan to move in space, approached a young man in white, and then let Li Yuanyuan go out. "Li Yuanyuan, you are so courageous to betray the blood lord." The young man sneered, "I've been greedy for your body for a long time, I'm going to eat you twice today, ha ha ha." After saying that, the young man swooped up. Li Yuanyuan waved her hands, and a violent blood blasted out from her palm, sending the man flying out. "HMPH, just like you want to eat me too." Li Yuanyuan's expression was icy cold. At this moment, she was like a glamorous queen. As soon as she raised her hand, the young man suddenly bleeds from 7 holes, and a large amount of blood overflowed from his body. It turned out that Li Yuanyuan shot just now, releasing blood into the man's body, and then causing the blood to surge in the man's body. This method is indeed very scary. Li Yuanyuan grabbed the man's soul and obtained the magic treasure from the soul space. Success. After Li Yuanyuan finished speaking, Chen Shang immediately moved her to Tianxuan space. There was a flat ground outside, and the man's body was lying on the ground, exuding a strong blood energy which could attract other blood slaves. Chen Shang and Li Yuanyuan just need to wait here. World Defying Dan God Chapter 5096, Blood Lord Dungeon. Master, the Blood Master knows that the blood slave is killed. If only a few blood slaves die, the Blood Master will generally not care, but if there are too many deaths, the Blood Master will send someone to investigate. Li Yuanyuan said. "The Blood Master will send stronger guys, right?" Chen Shang looked outside, waiting for the blood slave to come. "It's useless for him to send someone here, we'll all sneak in by then." Li Yuanyuan laughed. "Actually, I've wanted to steal the blood and marrow of purgatory for a long time, but I just don't have the ability." Someone is coming. Chen Shang suddenly sensed that there were several blood slaves approaching, they came to the corpse, checked around the corpse, and also paid attention to the surroundings. They also seemed to have guessed that someone deliberately left the body here just to lure them over. The few blood slaves who came didn't care about their companions. Although they knew the blood slave, they didn't have any emotional fluctuations. It should be that Li Yuan. This bitch, she should have been arrested in the first place, and then the brothers played with her. Yeah, the little is just abusive. If you abuse her a few more times, you will be honest. How dare you betray the Blood Master? To be honest, if we fight alone, we are not necessarily her opponents. The 5 blood slaves scolded Li Yuan with all kinds of foul language, and discussed how to ravage her after capturing Li Yuan. Chen Shang looked at Li Yuan, and found that her face was very calm, and there was a smile on the corner of her mouth. Yuan, you don't seem to be angry at all. Chen Shang asked curiously. What's there to be angry about? These guys treat me with respect on weekdays, calling me senior sister or something. But I know exactly what they're thinking. Li Yuan smiled and said, Young master, do you know how popular they are? And I only belong to you. This Li Yuan always flirted with Chen Shang coldly. Get ready to go out and kill them. Chen Shang said. There are a lot of them, son, go out with me. Li Yuan hugged Chen Zhang's arm. She knew that Chen Shang was very strong, and going with Chen Shang would make her feel more secure. Chen Shang took Li Yuan to teleport outside, and then the 6 paths Divine Mirror and Vermilion Bird's Tenderness were released, and they instantly suppressed the 5 blood slaves. Li Yuan rushed over and chopped off all the hands and feet of the 5 blood slaves with 3 or 2 swings of the sword, and destroyed their hearts. Li Yuan, slut, slut. A blood slave scolded. Who is the man beside you? He's my man. Li Yuan hugged Chen Zhang's arm and smiled proudly. She helped me get out of the Blood Master's control, isn't he amazing? Little bitch. The Blood Master will not let you go, he will not let you go. Li Yuan smiled, walked over to kill these blood slaves one by one, seized their souls, and obtained the storage magic weapon in their soul space. That's enough. Li Yuan got some purgatory blood crystals, and now there are hundreds of blood crystals. Does the Blood Lord know that these guys are dead? Chen Shang asked. I'm still curious, what kind of men the Blood Lord will send down. The Blood Demon slaves will definitely be sent. Those guys are very powerful, and I can't beat them. Li Yuan said. You will definitely see a lot of these guys when you go to the Blood Master Underground Palace. Let's go to the Blood Lord's Underground Palace. Chen Shang set out with Li Yuan and headed for the previous Great Formation. Chen Shang had been to that place once before, so he also knew the location. He took the 6 paths Divine Mirror to fly for a while, then made a space jump, and he would be there soon. There are no blood slaves nearby, let's start the big formation. Li Yuan controlled hundreds of blood crystals to float up and floated to the huge formation monuments. The blood crystals are embedded in the grooves of multiple formation monuments, and then Li Yuan controls the big formation to open. Li Yuan brought Chen Shang into the middle of the Great Formation. At this time, Chen Shang still felt very dangerous, because when the Great Formation was opened, neither he nor Li Yuan could move. If someone came to attack them now, he could only hide in Tianxuan space. It was also because he had Tianxuan space that Li Yuan dared to bring him, otherwise she would not dare, worried that there would be a sudden attack by blood slaves. Chen Shang and Li Yuan suddenly went dark, and then came to a dim space. This is the teleportation hall of the Blood Lord's underground palace. It was pitch black, and there was still a lot of blood. The teleportation hall is very large, with more than a dozen large teleportation formations, and now the door of the teleportation hall is closed. However, when it sensed that someone was teleported in, he immediately opened the door to check. Chen Shang immediately pulled Li Yuan into the Tianxuan space. There were a lot of people coming in, dozens of them, a group of middle-aged men in black leather armor. They swore around a teleportation array because they thought someone was being sent in, but there was nothing. This situation has happened once before. When Li Yuan deceived Chen Shang into the big formation, Chen Shang suddenly ran away. In Li Yuan's Tianxuan space, she saw the teleportation hall light up through the 6-path mirror. After seeing those big men in leather armor, she didn't dare to breathe, she was very scared. These are Gorfine slaves. That's what it looks like. Chen Shang said. It's different. Their souls and bodies are stronger. Li Yuanyuan said. The blood pool that shapes their bodies has more purgatory essence, so their bodies are stronger than our ordinary blood slaves. Don't be afraid when I'm here. Chen Shang put Li Yuanyuan in his arms. Li Yuanyuan also kissed Chen Zhang's lips. How could she look like Chen Zhang's slave girl? She looked like a little lover. After the blood demon slave left the teleportation hall and closed the door, Chen Shang and Li Yuanyuan came out. Chen Shang took her through the passage in the underground palace, left the teleportation hall, and then ran towards the direction full of blood. Sir, where the blood of purgatory and the marrow of purgatory are located, there should be stronger blood slaves guarding the place, and the blood master must be nearby. Li Yuanyuan used his divine sense to transmit a voice to Chen Shang. I heard that there is a saint slave. His strength is very powerful, equivalent to the cultivation of the ancient saints. You said before, I am the heavenly ancient Holy Spirit, and the heavenly ancient Saint Immortal is above me. Chen Shang didn't know what the strength of the heavenly ancient Saint Immortal was. If you encounter a saint slave, once there is a fight, there will be a lot of movement, and the blood master will definitely be alarmed. Li Yuanyuan said. It doesn't matter, go to that place first. Chen Shang said, they are all here, and they can only take one step. The blood in the blood master's underground palace is very strong, so Chen Shang and Li Yuanyuan can judge the direction of the blood of purgatory and the marrow of purgatory through that blood. Before long, they came to a black gate. The passages here are very dark, and this gate has bright lights on both sides of the black gate. There is an enchantment. Chen Shang frowned and said, this enchantment is very strong. World-Defying Dan God Chapter 5097, Weird Fisher. From Chen Zhang's point of view, the Blood Lord didn't seem to know how to set up a barrier. He took out the divine mirror of 6 paths and took a look at it. Sister Xiaojing also said that it was really strong and could not be broken in a short period of time. Even if Chen Shang used space jump, he couldn't penetrate it. Boom boom boom. Chen Shang and Li Yuanyuan suddenly heard loud noises coming from behind the passage, and it seemed that something was rushing over. No, it's a blood thunder beast. Li Yuanyuan exclaimed. Master, that thing is terrible, let's hide. Chen Shang pulled Li Yuanyuan and immediately entered the Tianquan space. The blood thunder beast rushed over, but did not find Chen Shang and Li Yuanyuan, and then slammed into the barrier of the gate, and was bounced far away by the barrier. Chen Shang also saw the appearance of the blood thunder beast. It was like a giant bull, its body was covered with spikes, and when it ran, bursts of mad thunder would burst out of its nose. This thing is really strong. Chen Shang said. Could we be discovered? It should be. Li Yuanyuan nodded and said, I don't know how they found us. The blood thunder beast was looking for Chen Shang and Li Yuanyuan everywhere, and found that no one was pretending. It didn't leave, it just lay on the ground. It may be that the gate senses someone's approach. Then something triggers a mechanism, and the blood thunder beast is released. Chen Shang said. He used the divine mirror of 6 paths to probe the barrier of the gate and released his divine sense, which should have triggered something. Master, even if you pass through that gate, there should be slaves inside. Li Yuanyuan sighed and said, it's really hard to get the blood of purgatory and the marrow of purgatory. Why don't we give up first? Don't take the risk. She was really worried about what would happen. Originally, she thought it was going well, but after arriving here, she was blocked by a fierce blood thunder beast, preventing them from moving forward. There is still a way. Chen Shang closed his eyes, and then started to control the movement of Tianquan space. The Tianquan space is embedded in the space, which is equivalent to moving in the inner layer of the space. The door outside is outside the space, and the enchantment is only blocking a small area, as long as Chen Shang goes around it. Chen Shang used the divine power of Tianquan space, cooperated with his mind and eyes, and the secret method of space to explore the surrounding space, then planned a spatial path and started to move the Tianquan space. Young master, what are you going to do? Go out and kill that blood thunder beast? Li Yuanyuan asked. Of course you can kill it, but it will be more tiring. Chen Shang said, it won't be too late to kill when we come out. He wants to save his strength now, and after passing through that gate, there may be a fierce battle. As Chen Shang moved the Tianquan space, their positions also moved slowly, and they went around a long distance before they bypassed the barrier, which was considered to be entering the area inside the gate. Behind the gate, there is a very empty underground palace hall, decorated with golden light, and the surrounding walls are a kind of golden crystal, which seems to be an enchantment. In the middle of this hall, there was actually a blood-red space crack, several feet high. The blood-red crack was like a knife wound on a giant, but Chen Shang knew very well that it was a space crack. Purgatory blood seeped out from the space crack, and then dripped into a large white jade vat below. This is how the blood of purgatory came out. When Chen Shang was in Tianguxing, he had already learned from Star Spirit that the blood of purgatory was the blood of all beings of the Tianguxing clan. In order to break out of the seal, these creatures ventured into the very chaotic space, then died inside, and were later crushed into thick blood. After years of accumulation, these blood also released a strong force that could tear apart very small cracks. Finally, the marrow of purgatory was formed after the blood of purgatory was pressed by supergravity. Both Chen Shang and Li Yuanyuan saw the cracks appearing in the blood of purgatory. Although the blood of purgatory was dripping, the dripping speed was very slow. The blood of purgatory here is not too much, Chen Shang said. Not much. There are a lot of big tanks, Li Yuanyuan said. Let's wait and see, Chen Shang said. After the tank is full, it will definitely be taken away. The place where the blood of purgatory is hidden is what we are looking for. There are no people in the hall where they are, which can only mean that this is not the place with the most blood of purgatory. The blood of purgatory does not drip much, and it takes many days to get a lot of it. The marrow of purgatory also appeared from the blood of purgatory, right? Li Yuanyuan said. I didn't see the marrow of purgatory. In the chaotic layer of space, there should be a small amount of purgatory blood that will be compressed into purgatory marrow. Chen Shang said. It doesn't matter, as long as we get a lot of purgatory blood. There was only one door in the lobby, the one they couldn't get through before, and then there were no other doors. To enter this hall, you can only transmit through space. The marrow of purgatory should be placed in the place with the greatest pressure in the middle of the stars, in order to condense the marrow of purgatory. Chen Shang said. Chen Shang and Li Yuanyuan waited patiently for 2 days, and suddenly there were spatial fluctuations around the huge jade jar. After Chen Shang found out, he immediately kept an eye on it. In the blink of an eye, the jade jar filled with purgatory blood suddenly disappeared, and in the blink of an eye, another empty one appeared. It's very fast, Chen Shang smiled and said. Although the change is very fast, I can see the path. Chen Shang really saw the path, and immediately began to move the Tianxuan space, following the path. If he guessed correctly, the jade jar filled with the blood of purgatory should be sent to an extremely stressed area of this star. The blood of purgatory can be quickly turned into the marrow of purgatory there. Chen Shang had checked the jade jar before. It was made of a material that could withstand extremely strong pressure, that's why he guessed like this. Sister Xiaojing, can you spot someone? Chen Shang asked. Not yet, Sister Xiaojing said. I didn't find the saint slave that Yuanyuan said. Chen Zhang's Tianxuan space moved with the space trajectory, and it took several days to finally arrive at the area where the jade jar was stored. It is a very spacious and deep stone room, which can hold hundreds of people. The 4 walls are reinforced with golden crystals, and there is a teleportation array next to it. The jade jar is teleported here. The blood of purgatory was poured into a well in the middle. At this time, it was emitting a strong blood energy, which should be the place where the blood marrow was pressed. This is indeed an area close to the center of the stars, with super pressure. Someone, Sister Xiaojing said. It should be the blood demon and the saint slave, they all look very strong. Chen Shang saw that there were hundreds of Gorfine slaves, all of them were big men in leather armor, but they walked very slowly and were relatively short. The saint slaves are young people in red clothes. They look black, and their bodies are relatively thin, holding blood-red swords in their hands. World Defying Dan God Chapter 5098, Blood Marrow. Chen Shang carefully observed the environment here, and found that it was difficult to start. There were more than 20 holy slaves in the battle, and they were all surrounded by the well. Blood Marrow Well, I've heard of it before. Li Yuanyuan saw the well from the 6 Paths Divine Mirror and said, it is said that this well is very deep, and I don't know where it leads to. The blood chi that is radiated can benefit from it. The closest thing to the blood marrow well is the saint slaves, and the outermost circle is the blood demon slaves. It's very deep. Chen Zhang's eyes lit up and said, maybe we can go under this well. The purpose of Chen Zhang's trip is to obtain a large amount of purgatory blood. If this well is very deep, then there should be a large amount of purgatory blood below, and they are all purgatory blood of extremely high quality after being refined. It's very deep, Li Yuanyuan said. Young master, there are too many saint slaves in the ***** battle. There are 20 of them. We can't estimate it. She also knew that Chen Shang was very close to the target, but in the face of a powerful enemy, they were helpless. Chen Shang controlled Tianshuan space and tried his best to move Tianshuan space below that well. In this way, when he opened Tianshuan space, it was already deep in that well, and no one could find him. Chen Zhang's trick is very clever. As long as he sneaks into the deep well through Tianshuan space and takes away the blood of purgatory, even if he is discovered, he has already taken a lot of blood of purgatory. The Tianshuan space quickly moved under the deep well, and then Chen Shang opened the thin hole from the Tianshuan space, and let out the tenderness of the vermilion bird. The Suzaku tenderness silk is almost infinite in length, and it can also be turned into a small straw. Chen Shang used Suzaku tenderness silk to perform many sleaze operations before. It's really deep. Chen Shang passed through the other end of the vermilion bird tenderness silk, and he could see the bottom, and now it has been extended for a long time. Son, what the ***** is this? What's the use of putting this silk thread down? It's just used to test the depth. Li Yuanyuan was very afraid of this thread, because she had been **** before, and it could also fork in her body, like the worms made of countless threads spread in her body, very terrifying. You'll find out later. Chen Shang was even more surprised, because vermilion bird's tenderness was not over yet. This well should have been created by the original Temple of Time. Li Yuanyuan guessed. The Temple of Time uses this well to create the marrow of purgatory. If Chen Shang can successfully obtain a large amount of purgatory essence and purgatory blood from here, then he can also use this method to collect other purgatory blood stars in the future. It took most of the day for Suzaku tenderness to touch the blood of purgatory. Finally encountered the blood of purgatory. Chen Shang began to control Suzaku's tenderness to grow bigger, and then turned into a tube, and could also be invisible. The most brilliant thing is that Chen Shang can use the divine power of Tianshuan to make the inside of the tube very wide. In this way, the tube looks thin from the outside, but the inside is very spacious, which can absorb the essence of purgatory faster. Chen Shang took out a space storage jade bottle, which can hold a large amount of liquid, which is specially used to store the blood of purgatory. Most of the blood he sucked up was the blood of purgatory. After years of refining, it could become the marrow of purgatory. Most of the marrow of purgatory would be very heavy and would settle at the bottom, and would only be taken away every once in a while. Chen Shang now knows the Time Temple, why there are a lot of purgatory marrow and purgatory blood. As long as you occupy one or two of these purgatory blood stars, you can have almost unlimited purgatory blood. Chen Shang began to absorb the blood of purgatory. Li Yuanyuan was stunned by this operation. She didn't expect that silk thread to turn into a tube. Young master, you have so many ghosts in your hands. Li Yuanyuan now knew why she had no way to take Chen Shang before, and she was also killed by Chen Shang. Hey, do you know how powerful I am? Chen Shang giggled and said, Yuanyuan, you will see my other stronger aspects in the future. Can I meet you now? Li Yuanyuan smiled charmingly. Her eyes were very seductive, and she stroked Chen Zhang's handsome face, her delicate and fragrant body leaning on Chen Zhang's body. Go, we're doing business. Chen Shang said solemnly. There are still saint slaves on it, and maybe the blood master will be disturbed at that time. Know it. Li Yuanyuan smiled, then hugged Chen Shang from the back, and kissed his cheek. This little slave girl was indeed very sticky, and her sweetness was also very pleasant. It took Chen Shang more than 10 days to almost empty the blood of purgatory under the blood marrow well. There is a relatively viscous purgatory blood at the bottom, and there is only a very shallow layer of purgatory marrow at the bottom. Drained, Chen Shang hurriedly packed up his things and prepared to leave. What he didn't expect was that after draining the blood of purgatory, the blood marrow well gradually cracked, and then shook. The whole underground palace is shaking. What happened outside? Li Yuanyuan passed through the 6-path mirror and saw the trembling outside, and was very worried. Is the blood master coming? No, the blood of purgatory itself is a very strong energy, but now this energy has been taken away by me, and there is no energy source to maintain the various formations of the underground palace. It can't stop the strong pressure, so it begins to collapse. Shen Shang said. At this time, there was an angry roar resounding through the entire Tianyuanxing, and it was the Blood Lord who was roaring. The Blood Lord's voice, he is angry. Li Yuanyuan said. Of course, I not only drained the blood of the purgatory, but also destroyed the cracks that spilled the blood of the purgatory. They need to rebuild it and it is not that easy. Chen Shang immediately controlled the movement of Tianshuan space, he was going to the crack that overflowed with the blood of purgatory. Tianshuan space is moving faster now, because the various barriers that block the space outside have collapsed. It was only now that Chen Shang discovered that there were so many formations under the underground palace, mainly to keep the blood of purgatory overflowing from the cracks in that space. This time, it didn't take long for Chen Shang to come to the vicinity of the crack, the hall had already collapsed. But Chen Shang was able to see the crack with his mind and eyes in the heavenly jade space, and he immediately used the heavenly jade space divine power to repair it. Now he can't occupy this Tianyuanxing, but he can temporarily repair the space crack that seals it, and his Tianshuan space is very powerful, and he doesn't have enough ability to unlock it at all. When there is a chance in the future, he will unlock it again, then this place belongs to him. After Chen Shang sealed and repaired the crack in space, he could no longer see the blood of purgatory. Walk. Chen Shang ran away directly, he didn't have to fight the Blood Master at all, and he couldn't fight it now. The mad roar of the Blood Master came from outside, and the entire Tianyuanxing fell into panic. World-Defying Dan God Chapter 5099, Blood Scroll. After Chen Shang succeeded, he ran straight away. When the Blood Master arrived, he had already flown into the sky. Strange, the enchantment here has been broken. Could it be that the enchantment is maintained by the blood of purgatory? Chen Shang flew to the sky of Tianyuanxing and found that the original multi-layered enchantment had disappeared now. In the sky, Chen Shang looked down, and saw that Tianyuanxing was a reddish-brown patch at the moment, the earth was full of pits, and black and red soil was everywhere. The whole Tianyuanxing looked lifeless and lifeless. This is the true face of Tianyuanxing. Chen Shang said in surprise. Yeah, that's how it was originally. That war that year caused a devastating blow to the surface of Tianyuanxing. Li Yuanyuan said that she was very frightened at the moment, because the Blood Lord was roaring wildly, and the voice resounded throughout Tianyuanxing. She was very worried that the Blood Lord would kill her at any time, because the Blood Lord already knew that she had betrayed, so he would definitely suspect her. Don't be afraid, we'll be out of this place soon. Chen Shang can use the Six Paths Divine Mirror to jump out of space at any time, he just wants to see if there will be any space cracks in Tianyuanxing. The Blood Master shouldn't come over, right? Li Yuanyuan said. Even if you come, don't be afraid. Chen Shang said. He opened his mind and eyes, and then looked at Tianyuanxing through the secret method of space. He used this method to suspect that Tianyuanxing is a purgatory blood star. If he can't see it now, it means that he successfully blocked the space crack that overflowed the blood of purgatory. No more. Chen Shang can't see it anymore. Before, it could be seen that there were many turbulent trajectories in the inner space, emanating towards the Tianyuanxing, so Chen Shang suspected that it was a purgatory blood star, but now he can no longer see it. The multi-channel space turbulence no longer flows to Tianyuanxing, but flows in other directions. He successfully blocked the space crack. Although I can see the turbulent flow of space, I can't tear open the space to collect the blood of purgatory. Chen Shang had this idea before, but he didn't have any clue to do it at all. The spatial turbulence is very large, and each spatial turbulence can pass through several huge stars. Even if Chen Shang can go to the spatial turbulence, he will not be able to absorb the tiny blood of purgatory in such a huge turbulent current. A large amount of purgatory blood came together through natural coincidence, and then opened the space crack. It seems that even if I open the space crack in Tianyuanxing, the blood of purgatory may not appear. Chen Shang frowned. This kind of coincidence seems to be destructive. Chen Shang observed it carefully, and found that the trajectories of those spatial turbulence had changed a lot. According to his observations, it is speculated that at least several huge spatial turbulence must converge at one point before it is possible to gather the blood of purgatory. Just when Chen Shang was observing carefully, suddenly there was a strong and violent blood rushing out. The majestic blood energy rushed from the direction of Tianyuanxing. Chen Shang only felt like a violent storm was raging, very terrifying. Li Yuanyuan, who was standing in the Six Paths Divine Mirror, was so frightened that she collapsed to the ground, her face was pale, and she couldn't even speak. She opened her eyes wide and watched the majestic red blood mist coming in front of her, and said with a trembling voice, "Blood. The Blood Lord, come, come." Sure enough, although Chen Shang was also frightened, he was not frightened. The space around the divine mirror of six paths fluctuates. The Blood Master rushed out of the blood mist. He was a handsome young man with red hair dancing wildly. He was naked. Under his pure white skin, he could see the blood-red meridians of several fingers. It seemed that powerful blood was flowing. His eyes were red, and there were blood lines under both eye sockets that looked like blood and tears. "I remember you." The Blood Lord looked at Chen Shang and said coldly, "As long as you are still in the ancient purgatory, I will catch you sooner or later." He didn't make a move, because he knew very well that he was too far away from Chen Shang, and he also knew that the space power used by Chen Shang was very clever and powerful. As soon as the Blood Lord finished speaking, the Six Paths Divine Mirror made a space jump and disappeared instantly. The Divine Mirror of Six Paths jumped far away. Chen Shang let out a long sigh, then looked at Li Yuanyuan next to her. She was still trembling all over, hugging Chen Zhang's arm tightly, unable to speak. After all, she used to be a blood slave, so she was naturally very afraid of the Blood Master. "Don't be afraid, it's safe now." Chen Shang patted her face and said with a smile, "That guy can't catch us." I'm really scared to death." Li Yuanyuan closed her eyes and gasped. "It's really scary." Chen Shang laughed and said, "It really is a very strong guy." Chen Shang had seen a stronger one before, that is the elder of the asterisk of war, but it seemed that the elder of the asterisk of war was much weaker than the Blood Master. At least Chen Shang did not feel such a terrifying coercion when facing the God of War elder in the temple. He had heard before that there were many ancient powerhouses in Tianghu Purgatory, who were stronger than the God of War in the Temple of Time. Now it seems that if the Temple of Time hadn't been able to control the power of time, it would have been destroyed many times. The terrifying of the heavenly ancient purgatory is far beyond Chen Zhang's imagination. He was very terrifying when he met the Blood Lord just now. Even if he tried his best, he couldn't hurt the Blood Lord. Fortunately, he could run, otherwise he would definitely die ugly. "Master, where are we going now?" Li Yuanyuan hugged Chen Shang. She was still in shock. "Go to Tiangxing. Chen Shang wants to find a safe star to fiddle with the blood of purgatory. He wants to improve his strength as soon as possible, otherwise he really can't beat the strong here. His current strength is equivalent to the cultivation of the heavenly ancient Holy Spirit. As far as he knows so far, there are several cultivation realms above him, which means that there will be many strong people who can suppress him." Chen Shang contacted Kalian and learned that Tiangxing is very lively now, because people from various ancient forces are gathered in Tiangxing, and they are still building cities or something. They want to study how Tiangxing refines purgatory blood Dan. What's more, this is a very rare opportunity to communicate. The major ancient forces are secretly exchanging various information and exploring each other. After all, Tiangxing once refined the purgatory blood pill, so Tiangxing has become very strange because of this. The divine power radiated from the entire star is very powerful and rich. After the flowers, plants and trees of Tiangxing are absorbed, it is also advancing by leaps and bounds. The creatures of Tiangxing grow very fast, and the cultivation of medicinal materials is also very good. Of course, there are also many Tiangxing clan in Tiangxing, which is also a headache for the major forces. Seeing that Tiangxing was so lively, Chen Shang couldn't wait to go back and have a look, and then stopped by to learn about other ancient forces. On the way to Tiangxing, Chen Shang suddenly received an urgent message from Kalian. "Little rascal, we just got some bad news. There is a guy named Blood Lord who came with his purgatory blood gate, and they want to come to Tiangxing." Kalian's voice was serious. "It is said that this guy owns purgatory. Blood Star, the strength is unfathomable. World Defying Dan God Chapter 5100, Blood Lord Prestige." Chen Shang previously thought that the great powers of Tianghu Purgatory didn't know the existence of the Blood Master, but Kalian knew that the Blood Master was coming, which means that the news was spread from those ancient powers. It seems that the ancient forces of the ancient Purgatory know the existence of the Blood Master. For the Blood Lord, it should be the Temple of Time. After all, they had conflicts before. Chen Shang hasn't gone to Tiangxing yet, but the Blood Master is going to Tiangxing, and he doesn't know what he is doing. Many people still don't know that the star is called Tiangxing. This is the name that Chen Shang gave before. He just mentioned it to Kalian, so why would anyone know that the main blood is going to that star? This can only show that some forces on Tiangushing have always kept in touch with the Blood Master. Maybe the ancient powers have been trading with the Blood Lord to get the marrow of purgatory from the Blood Lord. Leonor, do you know when the Blood Lord will arrive at Tiangushing? Chen Shang asked. I am also on my way to Tiangushing. I don't know, Tiangushing is too big, even if the Blood Lord comes suddenly, I can't know. Kalian said. I am with several queens of the Demon Girl country now, and they are only now. A cooperation agreement has been reached for the time being, and it is still harmonious. So we are all safe. If the 4 demon queens join forces, it is also a force that cannot be underestimated. Even those ancient powers have to be weighed, so they will not rashly become enemies with the demon queen. By the way, Leonor, have you met a woman named Shen Ningyi in the queen's team? Chen Shang asked. Shen Ningyi next to Queen Shi, she is your younger sister. You told Shui before, I have seen her, she is really strong. I don't know why she is so strong now. According to Shui, she is every once in a while. Time and strength will have a breakthrough. Kalian said. Have you guys talked to her about me? Chen Shang asked. I haven't said it yet. Kalian said, because Queen Shi now thinks she is an orphan, if Queen Shi knows she has an older brother, it may affect her. Also, don't talk about it for the time being. Chen Shang said. When I go to Tiangushing, I will have a chance to get in touch with those queens. Little bastard, be careful. Except for Shen Junyi, who you are familiar with, none of those 3 queens are vegetarians. I've met them, and they're not easy to mess with. They're also very wary of me, and they question me a lot. I couldn't pass them, Kalian said. Kalian also has multiple personalities, so she can be fooled, otherwise she really can't fool the queens of demon souls. It's really a headache. Chen Shang touched his forehead, he was thinking about how to get his old sister back. I think, the matter between these queens can be resolved by themselves. Kalian said. They can unite at a critical moment, and they don't need to worry about the lack of cohesion in the Ghost Girl country. They can work together now. It's very peaceful. Chen Shang intends to go to Tiangushing a little slower, because he guesses that after the Blood Lord goes to Tiangushing, he might conduct a search on Tiangushing. If he finds out that he is in Tiangushing, then he can't stay there. Of course, it is not easy for the Blood Master to conduct a comprehensive search of the Tiangu Star, because there are many powerful Sky Ancient Star clans in the sky, and the Blood Master will definitely conflict with that group of Sky Ancient Star clan. Little villain, where did you leave Tiangushing before? Kalian asked. I went to the nearby stars, found a suitable one to set up the formation, and then contacted the world-defying universe. Chen Shang said. Learn about the situation of the world-defying universe. Kalian didn't ask Chen Shang more about the world-defying universe, she only knew that the Great Yishan had been merged into it, and that the world-defying universe would enter the heavenly ancient purgatory sooner or later. I'm going out with Junyi. If you have anything to do when you return to Tiangushing, you can contact me at any time. Kalian said. Okay, be careful, Chen Shang urged. Chen Shang sat on the divine mirror of 6 paths and slowly floated in the vast void of the heavenly ancient purgatory. He did not land on the heavenly ancient star now, but was waiting for the Blood Lord to arrive first. He also didn't tell Kalian that he had copied the Blood Master's nest. After all, this matter was too important, and he also planned to hide Kalian first, so as not to worry her. After all, she was targeted by the Blood Master, and with Kalian's character, she would definitely be worried all day long, and maybe she would even tell Long Shui and Bai Xing. Chen Shang thought for a while, and then contacted Shen Tianyu. Dad, did you make any important discoveries in that star? Chen Shang asked. Yes, everything here is rapidly evolving. Shen Tianyu said with a smile. I plan to build a piece of land here. Our Shen family needs a foothold in this star. Father, I call this star Tiangushing. The current Tiangushing is really that good. Chen Shang suddenly felt that the reason why the Blood Lord went to this star, maybe he sensed something, so he came here. Tiangushing, a good name. Xiaoshang, you don't know something. It won't be long before many precious cultivation resources will appear on this star. Shen Tianyu said, because this star knows alchemy. Chen Shang has communicated with the spirit of the stars, and he is very clear about this matter. He also remembered now that since the spirit of the stars has successfully refined alchemy once, it will definitely succeed a second time. It means that Tiangushing will continue to grow stronger. I understand, Chen Shang said. If Tianghu Xing knows how to make alchemy, he will be able to condense the energy of Tianghu Purgatory. This star can quickly cultivate itself. That's right, so I'm going to build a territory in Tiangxing. Old Guan, me, and a group of old men have found a very good treasure, and we'll do our best to defend it. Shen Tianyu laughed and said, we'll start the formation now. Now, if you go back to this Tianghu Xing, you can come to us. Okay, by the way, Daddy, my little sister is with a demon queen. It's also on Tianghu Xing. She should be lurking next to that queen, stealing her skills. Try not to disturb her, Chen Shang said. There are several queens in the Demon Soul Queen, and they are all powerful. It's a good thing that the little girl is favored by the queens among them. Shen Tianyu is also relieved now. Shen Tianyu didn't know about the Blood Master. Chen Shang thought about it, and planned to remind his father. Unknowingly, Shen Tianyu suddenly sent a message. By the way, Xiaoshang, there is a guy named Blood Lord who is coming to Tianghu Star. At that time, this star will definitely set off a ***** storm. Dad, you also know the Blood Master? Chen Shang said in surprise. Of course I do. This guy is quite famous. I heard about his existence a long time ago. This guy owns a Purgatory Blood Star, and can fight against the Temple of Time, and has resisted several powerful ancient forces. Shen Tianyu said, do you like this site? Donate here.